You could have heard this episode 48 hours early on our Patreon, patreon.com/indieheadspodcast. By joining us for as low as $1 a month, you'll receive episodes early, gain access to our Discord server, and get yourself an Indie Heads podcast sticker. All of our upcoming episodes we put on our Patreon 48 hours before it hits our public podcast feeds. But if you heard this through our Patreon feed, we thank you so much for your support. We especially want to thank our Real Ones patrons, including Becca Etienne, Jojo Mikowski, James Boss, Marcy Anime, Chance Holdup, Danny Mothman, Josiah Duncan, Jenna, Matt Cameron, Grant the Back of My Dragula, T. Christie, Charles, Tuck Clary, Nicole Rifkin, Tim's Discount Prices, Parker Gross, Lashun, Aaron Jagreeve, Jay, Rena, Ian, Matthew Taylor, I Like Books, Sarah Moore, Griff, Max Kapazinski, Mark Barry, Cal50, Chewing on the Labia for 6 hours like a steak from Cracker Barrel, Chris Wade, Midwest Maxwell, Jake Wald, Grant, Keep Autism Weird, Rob Marino, Max, Dylan, Zach, Gavin Freak, and Maze Farms. To become a real one, consider supporting us for $5 a month on Patreon, so you have a bonus episode every month and get a shout out at the top of the pod. Anyways, though, enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome back to Pod Hero, the podcast where we go through the highs and lows of the Guitar Hero franchise. I'm Natalie, back again here with my co-host Gavin. Gavin, how are you holding up? We're in the golden age. We're in Guitar Hero 2. This is a beautiful time to be alive.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff, I would say. This is going to be a silly episode. Natalie, if you want to open up the Discord chat, I have a question proposed to you real quick.
Oh, okay. Gavin has, just for reference, sent a Perry Farrell tweet that's, have you ever driven alongside a train?
And it's just a photo of Jane's Addiction on stage. Yeah, we're talking about Perry again for the first time in a long time, since the 90s series, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's probably it.
Yeah,
Yeah. We did get a little bit into Perry talk last week because Barely March couldn't resist, but that's beside the point. This is the most like dedicated Perry discussion we've had in a while. But before we get to that point, before we get ahead of ourselves, we've got DJ Matty, DJ Hero Matty in the hot producer seat.
Yep.
Well, welcome to the golden age. Before we get to Guitar Hero 3, where Golden Age continues for a little bit longer, but like this is for me especially, this is like heaven to me, is this playlist that we're about to talk about. So I hope you enjoy sitting in the hot seat while we absolutely just like completely devour this with just comedic riffs. But we've also got from our podcast cast, Max, welcome back. Hello. And then we have two special guests here today. Joining us from their podcast, Hot Singles, we have Alexis and Boo, returning guests. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's a delight.
Hi!
We get the high. We get the high. It's important to get the Boo high.
I don't know if that's Boo. I think a goblin is taking over Boo's computer.
That was my roommate. I'm sorry, guys.
That was Ghoul Kanan.
That's Ghoul Kanan!
Let's go.
Wait, hang on.
Did anybody just see like I don't have a zoom camera on. Did anyone just see like a nefarious little green creature just like run past my display there? That was crazy.
Yeah, she was in a sort of weird like red checked dress. It was really cute. I've got to say.
That was crazy. She had a single thing. I didn't know what was going on. Guys, what the heck are we talking about today?
We're talking about fucking Guitar Hero 2. We're still
talking about rockabilly again somehow.
So much rockabilly.
No.
Yeah, this is Matty's hell. Our heaven is Matty's hell. Once
Get
again.
your beehives out, people.
But we're talking specifically about the Guitar Hero 2 main set list endgame. As Gavin pointed out in chat, this is kind of a funny episode because I think I made, in the span of the 3 tiers that we're talking about, 2 cuts, and one of them was like really easy. One of them, after I cut it, I was like, fuck, should I have cut this? But like every other thing that we're going to talk about is kind of like just either low-key or just genuinely high-key insane. But
Yes.
before we get into the playlist itself, I know, Boo, you're the one who has the like really, really, really deep like history with Guitar Hero. So do you want to get into it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's when I was like, I think like 8 or 10. I got a slim PS2 bundled with Guitar Hero 2.
Hell yeah.
It's when I was a kid, I was like, I was on super autism mode. Like, I didn't like music. I did not like music. I was like, I preferred silence. I made moves in silence.
Damn.
Like lasagna?
Like lasagna. Like it's and then I was playing Guitar Hero 2. I remember this like it happened yesterday. I was playing like Shout at the Devil on medium because I played the whole campaign on easy, and then I moved up to medium, and I was like, this is the greatest game I have ever played in my entire fucking life. So many things that I think are, to be clear, it's Shout at the Devil sucks. That was a bad song to have like a new half of my brain unfolding epiphany to vis-a-vis the Guitar Hero franchise, but I will always be grateful to it for that. I bought pretty much like every game right after. I was obsessed with getting FCs. Guitar Hero is so fucking cool. I'm just so jazzed. I love Guitar Hero. That's I have some various chart fun facts about some of the records in this one. So I hope to if there are any like real like Red Octane like level like nerd like Guitar Hero nerds tuning into this one, I hope I can do you proud with the nerd knowledge that I've accumulated.
I had some Red Octane Dance Dance Revolution mats when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was more my speed. Guitar Hero 2 is actually the only Guitar Hero game I ever owned. I obviously played a few others over time. World Tour was probably the other one that I played a lot. It was at a summer camp I was at, and there were a couple kids who could shred. I got to be like okay, but never that good. Those kids were crazy. But this game has a soft spot in my heart. When I was young, I was rocking out like my second day playing it, and I activated my star power like a fucking rocker and put a hole in my ceiling.
Oh, that's so Max.
Awesome.
That's so Max.
It wasn't like a big hole or anything, but it's like still there. You know, chip the drywall a little bit.
Look, it's a small sacrifice to pay for rocking out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got like ×3 multiplier on whatever fucking song you were playing. That's beautiful. That was worth it.
Yeah, cherry
Absolutely.
pie will never be the same.
Not to get into the other songs on the episodes, but like the episode before this, I wanted to talk about the songs, but they're not very good. I'm excited to get on this one. I think I'm gonna go some weird directions.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And before we launch into it, Alexis, I know you don't really have like as much Guitar Hero experience as Boo.
You say I don't have any. I never owned any of the games. What happened instead was was it 2019? Was it COVID? I'm not sure. Whenever a side blew up on YouTube and like everyone was talking about fucking Clone Hero Solar 6 shit, I sort of backfilled because I realized my girlfriend had been crazy into the games. And we started she started telling me like how she got her guitar music taste out of Guitar Hero. And what I ended up doing was the really romantic thing of making charts for my girlfriend, which is like, oh, sweet, adorable. There is a John Coltrane track that I made for, which I just dropped in the chat. I am shit at the game. I've got the unhelpful thing of having been like a musician as a kid, or enough to the point where I was like, I was the stupid con who was like, why wouldn't you just play a real instrument? And that's stuck, and that's terrible, horrific attitude to come to a video game with. But what I can do is come to this being like, I can map a jazz track really fucking well. You got to respect that. In fact, genuinely, the only things on my YouTube channel, my disused fucking YouTube channel that's been with me for like 15, 16 years, are 4 fucking Clone Hero charts.
God, that's awesome.
Fucking rocks. Alexis just dropped a chart in our chat specifically for Countdown, and You bet your ass I'm downloading that as soon as we finish, especially because I'm putting this out there just in case. I responded to like a weird Facebook marketplace thing trying to get an Explorer controller for the 360 after getting like bid sniped on eBay like all the time. I'm in the midst of I'm driving to Illinois this weekend, and there's somebody like in between in Wisconsin who wants me to meet at a fucking gas station to exchange it. So if I get murdered, the you all know what happened here. It's for commitment to the Guitar Hero bit.
That's a good movie plot that we need to copyright. Getting murdered because you go to a gas station to get a Guitar Hero controller. It's like that.
Someone call Jane Schonbrun, please.
Yeah, it's like
I can't believe we might risk losing Tenacious D and Natalie within the same month.
My god, rock and roll! Today the music died too. Holy shit!
The Act 3 twist would be that Natalie only owned Warriors of Rock.
I can't believe you.
I went there.
I can't believe I've been doing this whole thing as a fake fan. But no, it's the thinking about like Jada Schobert doing it, like the layers of like essentially like me being like a trans woman and just like this random like cis guy who's like posting South Park memes to his like Facebook page in the year 2024. Like that is my idea of hell.
Yeah.
But before we launch into the playlist, as two folks who talk about music as often as you do on your podcast, a question that we've been kind of like delving into before we get into the heart of all of this is just kind of granted, this is maybe a little bit outside the purview of like the kind of music that you tend to talk about, but how do you feel about where rock would be, or if it like how Guitar Hero has like tangibly affected the rock landscape like since it's come out? Because it's just, as we've been like kind of piecing together the ripples, it's just been kind of like it's kind of daunting to think about.
Strictly speaking, as somebody who was there for like the first wave of Guitar Hero stuff on YouTube, like I feel like on the internet, like guitar hobbyists on the internet, it's like this is a total sea change. Like we would be like total butterfly effect if not for like I feel like half the people I know that are like, here's how to play like a John Mayer lick on like a YouTube short or whatever, would not even be playing guitar if like
did you say John Mayer?
Mayer.
Well,
I don't respect him enough to know how to pronounce his name.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's Jerry Garcia now.
True.
You leave John Mayer alone. That's a teddy bear man now.
You're right. Sorry to all deadheads. I'm listening. I'm learning. But
the Sphere too in Vegas.
Oh yeah. That's real. We have to do an indie heads show at the
Square Garden.
That'd be really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's because it's when I think of like celebrities interacting with Guitar Hero, like it's all I can think of is like the press trailers where like they get like Lenny Kravitz or whoever, and it's like, it's incredible. It could teach anybody how to rock. And then I just saw Natalie just like hella corpse after I did the Lenny Kravitz American Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like it's like where in terms of like how people that would like never experience like playing music or whatever, it has completely changed. Like it rewired literally how I think about music. So I can only speak to like the personal stuff on that, I suppose.
Honestly, now that you mention it, I kind of think the same because something we've been doing in our Discord has been we started talking about the Warriors of Rock set list, which we'll get to it, and essentially trying to fix Warriors of Rock by like rewiring the set list. And I somehow at some point misconstrued it as like a dream Guitar Hero set list thing because we're likely going to do a Should Have Beens episode as a bonus like way at the very end of the series. But then I started constructing like in-game set list, and it made me like completely rewire how I've been thinking of music, of being like, let me think about what this guitar part is doing. Like, is this really like that difficult, or is it just more like essentially melodic? And it's like, I think I got to a point last night where I was like agonizing over it, and I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about music like this? This is not a productive way to I'm gamifying how I think about music.
But I mean, I think if there's anything I can say to like what I think the contribution has been, it's like to return to the surface a lot of the quote unquote gamified, whether it's like there are different little communities that think in this way, but that like chops come first and then style happens afterwards. And that it's not just that the genres that Guitar Hero was picking up are those sorts of styles, because it comes from all sorts of different places, including like really deep genre stuff. But it encourages a way of approaching the music that's fully like, have you got the chops for it first? And then what does it sound like? And putting it in that order encourages people to start making music that way too. And I think that goes for like jazz heads just as much as it does like technical death people. Like I think on so many different genres, we have this like space for technique first, technicality first, and then aesthetics afterwards, which is an interesting thing. Like weird vibes happen because of that. But like, it's a lane here. It's a lane now.
Yeah. No.
Sorry. I wanted to interject one last time. I can't speak strictly to Guitar Hero because I don't play guitar. Fucking DJ Hero turned everybody I know into DJs. Like it's either like my dad taught me like field recordings when I was 7, and like we lived in a town of 35 people, or it's I played DJ Hero and I played the Just Dance Ghosts and Stuff mashup, and I was like, I want to do this for money.
DJ Hero will return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited about, because that's the one like hero thing like in the original run of the series that I never delved into. So I feel like that'll be a real educated experience. But we should probably start launching into some songs here.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, pretty much we're gonna cover pretty much everything in the last 3 riffs of the game, with only a couple cuts. And so we're gonna start off with the lead track in tier 6, which is Heart's Crazy on You. Speaking about like songs that like I think about in the reverse order of what Alexis was saying, like I honestly kind of like feel like this is one of those for me, in the sense that like I think thinking about like how I listened to this song, or listen to the song now versus like when I like came to this as a Guitar Hero player, like I remember this being like one of the first places that like would trip me up when I was like playing expert, and like I listen to it now and I don't think about like the difficulty. I think like, oh, that's like a cool little like acoustic guitar part, but like I don't know, like in a 12-year-old's brain, you hear the intro and you're just like, God damn, that's so complex. That's like, how do they put the notes in that order and play them that like fluidly and cleanly? It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Anyway, I don't know. I think Crazy on You is a good song. Like I think it is. The thing is that Heart is a good ass band. Dreamboat Annie, really good album. Like stands out among like a lot of its like, I would say like classic rock peers, especially like late 70s, where like things kind of get like that kind of gets into a little bit of murkier water once you're out of like the mid 70s. But like I don't know, there's something about like the way that they like combine like these like really big sounding songs with like such genuine chops and like great melody is just, it's always stuck out to me. And I'm glad I finally like, it took me until I was like in my 20s to start delving into them, but like they got it. Also, I was wrong, this is from 75, so that goes to show me.
Yeah, that song's great. I don't love the cover, and I assume, I'm not sure how you guys have experienced the covers so far and how they've compared to the original songs. This one doesn't really do it for me, but I think Crazy on You is an acceptable song even as a cover, and by itself, I think it's great. I think Heart, like you said, Natalie, great band, Barracuda, fun song. I think they have some great little melodies. I don't know.
Honestly, it's like that fucking intro like just immediately, like when I was taking notes for this, it just immediately blasted my ass back to like being a preteen and just like, how the fuck am I supposed to play? This is incredible. Heart. Wow. So it's like this. I've listened to this and many other songs by Heart. Like for some reason, this is still the predominant version of the song in my head. I don't know if anybody else has that with like other Guitar Hero songs, but that like this is definitely at the front there because I think that intro is just so unlike anything else on the roster.
Yeah, this is an interesting one for me because I feel like the cover to me sounds like pretty close on for me. Like, I think it's mostly just having heard so many of the like dude cover songs that like the female fronted ones like in these first couple of games, it's like they're so few and far between that I feel like they have such a higher hit ratio because they felt like they had to nail it better.
Like, oh, all right.
I'll say it's an underrepresented genre in Guitar Hero, female fronted. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah, no, this is a good one. I think. I don't think the cover is bad. It's probably one of the more close. I mean, there's some pretty stanky ones in this game. We didn't talk about Heart-Shaped Box, but god damn, that guy.
Oh.
And like the I don't know. This one's like it's noticeable that you're not listening to, fucking it's Ann Wilson the singer, right? I could get them confused. That's my boomer knowledge extends only so far into who sings.
Anna Nancy.
Anna Nancy. Yeah, very distinct vocalist, hard to imitate. Kind of like Zach De La Rocha from the last playlist we did, I guess. I don't know. It's a good cover. It's a good song. I made up top 50 songs, like, because I couldn't narrow it down to 10, and this made the top 50. So, shouts out to Heart.
Yeah,
real.
This is the very first Heart song I think I've ever heard. Like, this
God.
one of genuinely. I've looked through their discography at this point, and I do not recognize anything in here. I did get completely jump scared by the first like acoustic guitar strumming because I immediately thought like has Big Mouth Strikes Again just started playing like.
Oh yeah, it does sound
that was a deeply uncomfortable moment. But no, like genuinely, beyond like, is it weird to say it feels slightly weirdly of its time to have a chorus which is just crazy on you over and over again? Like that feels like a thing that communicates simultaneously way too much and not enough to be a good chorus lyric anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going around singing I'm about to crazy on you to the tune of Party on You by Charlie XCX for the next 2 days. But no, this is like one that really like got into my head in a good way. So if this is like your change of speed song, I think this is a fantastic pick for that role. Yeah.
Yeah, this is I was gonna say this like splits the difference for me perfectly in the sense of like you think about a lot of the classic rock songs that we've talked about, and it's a lot of like big cock rockers is kind of like the way that, and even when we've delved into like some of the females, like when we talked about like stuff like obviously the Donnas were more contemporary,
sure.
But like that's a band that like basically was playing with all of these like classic rock tropes, and it's just really refreshing to have a song here that feels like it's doing something different sonically from the rest of its peers in this game, but doesn't sacrifice like any kind of like challenge or fun to play. Like I think this is genuinely one of the smartest picks that they've put into this game, and I really do enjoy it. And
yeah, I would say something similar about an Xbox 360 cut that didn't make this version of our podcast, which is Hush by Deep Purple, which is very different from everything else in the goddamn the set list. Very, very different, but it's a good, that and I guess like Jessica kind of are the tension cutters. They're still fun to play, but they're not as brash, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know anything anymore. There are just notes going down a highway in my brain right now. And Eddie Knox is playing a big guitar, and I'm thinking about Brian Setzer.
This playlist goes a lot of kind of crazy places, so it's nice to start it off with the down the line. I wouldn't say it's down the line, but just like a good song.
Yeah,
very agreeable.
Like a nice like oasis before we get to the Perry Farrell of it all, which is the same fucking tier. This tier is like genuinely like one of the most baffling because like Gavin was saying,
demented.
Like,
this is bananas.
Yeah, Jessica is also here, which is one of the cuts, which I think that's probably
it's instrumental. It's fine.
It's the less contentious of the cuts. It's a fine song.
You would have just gotten me doing like Top Gear impressions, embarrassing Alexis the whole time.
But like,
oh no, I'm in the mines with you too, Boo. No worries about that whatsoever.
But yeah, we have our next song is a trip down into the kind of like grunge era alternative. So I think we should maybe move on to this track, which I hesitated on this one for a bit. I wasn't sure if I
STP.
Okay, Boo, are we about to get some Boo lore about STP here?
Absolutely not. This is the only Stone Temple Pilots song I've ever heard.
Amazing. This is Stone Temple Pilots, Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart. Here's the thing: is
you know more Stone Temple Pilots than this, and just don't know.
It's possible. I couldn't pick them out of a crowd.
Venus on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, if anything, you've probably heard the other ones that have been in these rhythm games like over the years.
Dickin' on asshole in a penis fart.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
We did it.
Now you're putting it down.
Yeah. Put it on.
Here's the thing. The thing is, I've never been a Stone Temple Pilots person. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I think it's just like, I don't mind Scott Weiland's voice, like, or like their songwriting style. I think it's just, I always kind of default to other bands in like the grunge era before I default to them. But like, I don't know, something about like when I was doing my like full playthrough of GH2 again, like as I was building these playlists, I was like, this song is just kind of like really fun. It's just something about it. It's just like a perfect kind of like kernel of a song where it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's like the way it explodes into the chorus like works for me, I think, honestly better than like any of the bigger Stone Temple Pilots songs that these games later get into. It's just, it feels almost power pop-ish in a way that is like kind of cool.
This was a bass pick, I think, for this game. I think they picked this for when you're doing co-op, you want to play that bass line.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I don't know. I got not a lot to say about this on like most Stone Temple Pilot songs. It's fine. R.I.P. Scott Weiland. I still will never like Velvet Revolver. That's a bridge too far for me.
So
Barely Mark just entered the chat.
Yeah,
He's
no,
very,
he'll
very
get mad
at
at me
you.
for that. That's okay.
This
We will
song,
return to Velvet Revolver.
Yeah.
this song is a very nothing to me. I don't know.
I
don't
really
hate
enjoyed
it.
this. Truly, like
interesting.
this was, I was surprised with myself. Like, what helped was flicking back and forth between the two solos in the re-record and the original. This re-record is like way too bluesy. It's way too clean, too. Just like it needs the character from being really fucking sloppy and really fucking like dead, angular, not accurate. In the original, that just like makes it, you know, it gives it a body. But again, as you're going to hear with like a bunch of these picks, this is the first time I'm hearing a decent chunk of these bands. The thing I discovered looking up Stone Temple Pilots for the first time was the concept of active rock. Is this a thing that anyone is familiar with?
Wait, what?
I don't know this.
The Wikipedia single page for Trippin' on a Hole says it was the most played radio song for 1996 on active rock stations. Apparently active rock is like an actual marketing description for a type of radio station.
Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
Exactly.
We're looking this up.
Is this a Wikipedia UK thing? Because I'm not seeing it on my end.
No. Like
Billboard.
There's a billboard.
active rock
What the
chart.
fuck?
What does that mean?
Active
It's
rock.
not even a
currently at the top
Wikipedia
of the
page.
chart.
So like the format seems to be a mix of like harder rock and album old classics. Like that seems to be the bracket for what they're describing.
I feel like
I found a Wikipedia thing for it.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna like Babe Ruth call my shot here. Like Even Flow, Pearl Jam. That's an active rock song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the?
But again, this makes me think about like where is the passive rock station? Like there are so many possibilities it throws open that I need to understand.
Okay, here, I'm going to read this description because I think this maybe illustrates it best. An active rock station may include songs by classic hard rock artists, whereas a modern rock or alternative station would not. Additionally, an active rock station will play a very popular demand in rotation new hard rock and heavy metal artists, as well as hard rock and heavy metal artists from the mid 1990s throughout the 2000s. So it seems like this is kind of like essentially like they're playing like kind of like the new stuff from old bands that nobody really wants to hear is like what I
hell yeah.
I think we may need to do a series on
Sirius
this.
XM, like, is this just like Sirius XM Octane or Lithium or something? Pretty much, like
maybe
isn't that the format of what this is essentially?
I know.
I'm the radio guy. I should know this shit.
Fucked this chart up.
Oh, dude,
that shit was doing chubby checker numbers.
What they're probably like currently like all the active rock stations are mainlining that new Metallica album.
Can we see how long Break Stuff was #1 on the active rock chart?
This is.
See, I'm gonna look real quick.
Playing that Metallica Sebastian remix that sounds like a Huey Lewis song and just blowing up everybody's brains.
Let's see if I can find anything on the Disturbed
Control
version.
F, active rock.
God.
Let's see accolades. Let's see United States.
We gave this song too much.
We gave this song too much.
It got 40 on the Hot 100. U.S. Hot Rock and Alternative Songs #3. U.S. Rock Airplay
number
8.
1 on UK Rock and Metal.
That's insane.
We know we're on.
And Portugal. Don't forget Portugal. The Portugal Digital Songs Chart.
Too many
and
people.
It went to number 2 in Japan. It went to actual number 1 in Austria.
In Germany, number 1 and number 2. Dot is the sound of silence.
Too many people. Too many people believe that David Draymond was doing like the fucking like Mike Wazowski like vocalizing into a microphone meme in the year like 2019.
I thought he was cooking with this one. That's crazy.
I've got nothing. There's nowhere to go after that.
Can we check Matty, can you open up the Discord message real quick?
Oh boy.
Oh God. All right. We're talking about Jane's Addiction, of course, and Gavin, of course, has made Perry Farrell tweets. This latest one of which is the economy grows, the deficit reduces. We're building better, stronger. Just as important, we are more decent, empathetic. Note more possibilities since Joe Jobs was elected. Our votes affect the differing. We have a ways to go still, but take a foretaste of the redemption.
I'm always taking a foretaste of the redemption.
Yeah, do you think Perry Farrell has any foretaste down there?
I don't want to know that.
All right, Matty, I just need you to
know for a fact he does not.
4 hour.
What's up, Gavin?
So sorry, Gav. I just want to say for our audio only listeners, Perry Farrell has attached an image wearing an outfit that I can only be described as a Joe Biden pussy.
Yeah, black and white on the beach selfie. Matty, just read the first sentence of this next tweet.
Okay, let's see. I, for one, accept the baby's apology.
All right, we can talk about the song now.
All right. Community has forgiven the baby.
Okay, this would probably actually require some context a little bit before we get into this next one. So, Natalie, what is the context?
Yeah, so Gavin has set up our next song quite well. So as I mentioned, we have 2 cuts this tier. Rock This Town by Stray Cats, which I want to say before we move on, I have a fucking vengeance against this chart in Guitar Hero 2, which basically like changes strumming pattern every other like 4 measures. It fucks me up every time. I hate that shit. Brian Setzer, you are also from Long Island, so if I ever see you, it is on site. Even though you have a drummer named Slim Jim Phantom.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, come
That's
on.
what they used to call me in community college.
I bet it feels so good to like see Brian Setzer from like 10 yards away and like perfectly like toss a dice like you're skipping a rock and have it land in his throat and he chokes to death. Like that'd be like just the best feeling on earth.
That'd be poetic.
Yeah.
Throwing a football spiraling perfectly through like one half of his head.
Yeah. Right through his rockabilly guitar, right into his penis.
So anyway, get that shit out of here. We got more rockabilly to talk about later on. It's take that shit back to 1950. You're 1981 when you record this song. Get over it. So because of that we're not even like giving him the time of day. Jessica by the Allman Brothers, as we said, fine song, just kind of boring to talk about. What's not going to be boring to talk about because of all the Perry Farrell lead up we've had here is one of 2 master recordings that is in this main set list. As you'll recall, we're listening through the covers as they've been recorded for these games, as rights or master recordings have yet not mostly made their way into the game. Last week we talked about Primus was one of the bands who reached out to them and was like, please, we want to be in this game. And it turns out one of the other ones is Jane's Addiction. So I believe we talked about this on the 90s series, but once again, it's a stop off of... This is... Oh yeah, Virtual de la Habitual. Gavin just sent a Perry Farrell tweet into the chat that's just, LeBron James was just interviewed by one of the smartest men on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart and kind, which is easy to do. We like Barack! Exclamation point.
What is he talking about?
I don't know
What do you mean we like
What are you
Barack?
talking about?
That is somehow one of the most like racist tweets I think I've ever read in my entire life.
Yeah, there may be some
I
context.
felt dirty reading that.
I snack nervously if we are fasting, and you show me how big the blueberries are. If you leave them in front of me while I'm thinking real hard, brackets, I pop those big blueberries into my mouth. What is this?
These are the biggest blueberries I've ever seen in my life.
They look like the size of testicles. What the fuck?
Oh, there's some fucking G cups, dude. I swear. What the hell?
Why did you leave them on the table? Hyphen chop suey system of a down.
You know I'm a nervous snacker? Brackets, sorry, Heaven. Follow-up tweet. There was no premeditation, Lord, I swear. Brackets, wow, you make great blueberries. Lord, are you talking to God?
Yeah, I have to assume
At this point, I
so.
wouldn't be surprised by anything.
Why does his hand look like that? He just has a baffling way of speaking.
He looks like
physiognomy.
Perry Farrell at all times looks like a creature that Guillermo del Toro crafted for Pan's Labyrinth.
For real, it's insane.
Barely March has said it a bunch, but Perry Farrell does look like an Oblivion NPC. I'm gonna send Chris's favorite picture of Perry Farrell with a great tweet attached, and then we can talk about the song some before I send more.
Yeah, that's a classic.
As producer, I'm not gonna.
Oblivion NPC there.
Oh god! As producer, I won't step in too often to talk about the songs. As I said in the '90s rock series, and I'll still say 3 years later, this song fucking rocks. I love this song so much.
Yep.
It's amazing.
This song convinced me that I thought I liked Jane's Addiction when I was 12.
Matty is falling out of his chair.
Matty is not on this planet
Matty
right now.
got jump scared by Oblivion NPC.
Again, he's even talking like an Oblivion NPC.
Yeah.
I hear the Fighters Guild is an excellent way to make some coin.
The prophets with you. Studying prophecy fortifies faith. There were 48 male prophets, as well as 7 female prophetesses, and some of them were musicians.
This is crazy.
I just... He's always saying stuff.
Stop! I don't want to look at him.
All Perry Farrell tweets. Oops, all Perry Farrell tweets.
This is crazy.
Is there something wrong with me? I'm too in love with people to hate them. My first inclination is to see what they're working with. I want to get a rise out of them, a laugh. Then I hear the music that's inside of them, and then I want to dance to it. That's just me.
The fucking hyphen after that's like the pause. Is he dictating this and it's just auto like
We fucking
notate?
that is
the
Izzy
situation.
Sparks wearing the. We fucking tap back to Izzy Sparks wearing the ugliest fucking hat on goddamn planet Earth. This
Perry
is
Farrell
insane.
would wear that hat. Actually, Dave
He
Navarro
would.
would wear that hat.
Oh yeah, no, that's a Dave Navarro outfit.
Could you customize your character in this game, or is it just like the default
No.
avatars?
There were
You could
alt
get, like-
costumes.
Yeah. But you
that was
couldn't
it.
get like you couldn't like mix and match clothes. That's not until like World Tour, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is a good song. I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I'm not a Jane's Addiction person, but like, this song has like, it's got a nice little like back and forth with like, I think the main like riffs and melody are all like really fun.
I feel
and, decently challenging here, and yeah, I think the solo into the like completely silent bridge is like really fucking good. I think I want to issue like one amendment, which was I remember when we did Heart Full of Black, I was like, what the fuck, there is no uncensored goddamn in this version. I thought that's what it was. I was fully Mandela affecting it with this song.
Yeah, this song, they got the goddamn in it crazy. I feel about Jane's Addiction that sort of like how Van Halen was kind of necessary to bridge 70s penis music to 80s penis music. We needed Jane's Addiction to bridge 80s penis music to 90s penis music.
Amen.
Like we got to get from Motley Crue to Stone Temple Pilots, so we got to have Jane's. Like they're some sort of like pre-human penis boys. And I mean, I obviously love them. I scrolled through fucking Perry Farrell's Twitter for like an hour today, just scrolling through the media tab, trying to find the most blurry selfies, most Hunter Biden-ass selfies I could possibly find.
We had the same tactics. I love that so much. We had the same thought of the most appropriate way to go through the Twitter account. That's beautiful.
Look,
that's beautiful.
Some men lay themselves down to be pavement for the roads that lead us to bigger and better people, and that makes sense because Perry Farrell looks like he has skin made of asphalt sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, Matty, can you read this next tweet in the accent you think it needs to be read in?
No. I
mean, do you want me to read it in the Cajun Matty
voice? Like, is that a better option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. God. See, again, like, I really do not want to offend anybody. But
no, just read it normal. Just read it normal.
Okay. 2022 produces harvest upon harvest of the kind, but okay.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what is best. What is best
there's
for
no
comedy?
Good voice for this.
2022 produces
harvest upon. Matty, look at me. You're fucked. Okay, you're fucked.
I can't look at you. Your camera's off.
Look in the void. Look in the void. Okay. Know that you are fucked.
The only winning move is not to play.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just read it like I normal. I'll just read it like me normal. Okay. 2022 produces What?
They're just kind of playing. No, yeah. I'll fall on the sword, Matty. Don't worry. They can't see what race I am from the webcam. We got this.
Oh no.
Pictures are really worth 1,000 words with this guy, huh?
2022 produces harvest upon harvest of the kind bud. We are for you to use marijuana, the most wondrous plant known to man. Eat it. Smote it. Don't forget to thank Ja. Where are my headphones?
Yeah, and it's God. The most Hunter Biden selfie, except he's wearing a shirt. Other than that, yeah.
He looks like Anthony Bourdain in this picture.
He's wearing more than a shirt.
The jacket
looks
sick.
Like he's wearing a leather
jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a leather jacket, cig dangling from his lips.
All right, I'm just gonna send one more, and these are words we should all live by.
And then Gavin, and then the reply is rub it in. The reply is rub it in. Rub what in, Barry? What are you talking about?
Just retweeting that one out of context.
Perry Farrell is dressed like he's bothering women at a Justice concert. You know, Sebastian Ghost produced this whole thing, right?
Oh,
yeah, why don't you come back to my place? Can
I read this one?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone is obligated to strive to civilize the world and bring it to be apparent in the world that he formed it to be settled. One of the most incomprehensible sentences known to man, paired with a photo of what looks like Perry Farrell stubbing his toe at the recording studio.
All right, I'm actually sending the one Perry Farrell tweet we love. But this is a Hall of Famer. We all love.
There's more than one that we love. But
yeah, but this is the one. I'll read this one.
Actually, no, Alexis. Actually, we should let Alexis.
I want to do it just for the purposes of like I can do a Radio 4 BBC announcer voice.
Oh yes.
The sexual practice of Kundalini is when the male holds and then controls his semen flow. Highly recommended, as both partners can share multiple orgasms. I'm sorry.
This.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
This tweet's also worth 1,000
I can't corpse
words.
in the middle of the second bit. It's better to take a break. Like, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But if Amy Coney Barrett gets appointed, keeping one's own life to himself would be a no-no. Separate the church and state.
I mean,
And crazy enough, this
awesome.
is one of his most comprehensible tweets. Like
the previous one was
like I understand what he's saying. He has a through line and he gets to it, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
I understood the A to Z of what you said perfectly.
Yeah, no, the previous one I couldn't tell whether it was like new age spiritualism or like cool esoteric fascism. Like, could be either. I'm not sure.
I don't think Harry has ever thought that hard about anything in his entire life.
No, but I mean, he's a fascinating subject to pour our attention into, and also a Kundalini yoga practice. So
yeah,
real.
The first reply is "keep shaking it, Perry," and I had to double check to make sure that wasn't a CanCon reply.
Oh God.
All right. Sorry, Matty just opened one of the probable
see the probable spam replies.
Carney writes, you're way off on your own tangent here, Perry.
RD writes, dude, it's not question of wait, go back, Matty.
Oh, we go back. Sorry.
All right,
Stop talking about Guitar Hero. We need to read fucking replies to Perry Farrell tweets.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Let me take a deep breath, compose myself. Dude, it's not a question of separating church and state. They are intrinsically linked. The answer lies in abolishing a corrupt religion. If you read my book, you will understand. Only 68 pages. One short. LOL. Sex joke.
Oh, that's what's up.
Ooh. And Amazon.com/delusions
We're gonna dox
info.
this random person in Perry Farrell's reply.
Well,
I mean, they're dogs. They're posting their book.
Oh, I'm so
online.
sad. I'm so sad. Twitter like a
Confessions of an Irish King, the Way of Stone.
Oh fuck yes!
By the end of next week, we're gonna have this, like, somebody in the server is gonna have found this person's like home address.
By the way, the author's name is Ghostwriter.
This blurb is incredible. I'm sorry. The
You're
blurb
gonna
is
earn
incredible.
16
We can't read
points on
literally
Amazon.
everything. We're just mad libbing our way till like the end of time. But I do want to say, like, the Jesus, what was I going to say? Oh, could you go back to the tweet?
Yeah.
I do just I really appreciate, like, California has really like adopted a particular pose to do fascism. Like, dude, where's my extermination camp is like such a beautiful sentiment.
Oh God.
And really, isn't that what Jane's Addiction is all about?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm deeply disappointed that Twitter likes a private now, so we can't see whether he is the one like on the tweet.
Oh, I bet money.
I mean,
I would
let's
bet
see.
money.
Okay, he hasn't posted anything since
He's
March.
just been plugging
and
his book.
Yeah.
He's plugging his book.
Love
he's
my
posted a
wheel.
reel.
I want to see whether Perry liked the tweet.
His most recent tweet just says, loving my wheel.
Oh no! He posted an anti-Semitism. He posted an anti-Semitism.
He did a racism. He did a wheel.
no.
Does that surprise you at all?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Perry should know
All right.
better. Perry probably does know
All right,
better.
well
Actually,
then.
We got to go back to the glorious piece of Perry Farrell's like perfect like pristine Twitter but no, we're moving on. We've done a lot of Perry. Where it's time for us to
no, wait,
to
hang on. We had a topper. We had a thing stored at the very start of the podcast that we need to like have as a fact to deliver to top this all off, which is Perry's birth name.
Oh,
yes.
Oh my god.
Shit! Yeah,
Thank
we've
you.
discovered. Yeah, we somehow, despite the fact that Perry has been a guy of ours for many years, we just assumed his actual name was Perry Farrell. Maybe like something different. His real name is Peretz Bernstein.
Awesome.
Peretz.
Let's see, Peretz. What
What is
like,
the origin for Peretz?
What does Peretz as a name mean?
Because I've never
okay,
heard
ooh.
that.
Peretz. It does seem to be like a classic Jewish name.
Yeah.
At the very least.
It's opening or breakthrough. Like,
I would just use that word to describe Perry's mind in many ways.
Yeah,
I mean,
Perry's thoughts are full of openings and breakthroughs.
His Wikipedia picture is terrifying. He looks like a gargoyle. He's like, yeah!
He looks like the kind of like hardcore frontman who's been going for like 30 years, and if you see him on stage, you are getting killed by the most like spiked boot motherfuckers in that pit.
I'm not gonna lie, the lat taper is like really doing it for me in the profile pic. He seems to have like shrunk a bit in the last 10 years, but like that's a good look. Like that's a good look. It's fucking scale.
That is the thing. We have to respect.
Nice.
He's cut. He's
in great shape.
He's pretty cut. He's in good shape. Did we talk about the first tweet? Did we talk about I saw him out the corner? Yeah, I don't think we talked about this one before we started recording.
So bad. This is so bad.
Audio podcast. We'll post it in the Discord so you can look at the tweet yourself. It's a picture of Perry Farrell. Like he's just in a towel. He's
hallowed.
Gaunt. He's in a towel. The angle of the photo I can only describe as guy taking a dick pic. I saw him out the corner of my eye. Never have I had that strong a reaction to another hombre. The warm glow radiated at my base. I won't resist. Kiss me here, right here. It's ultra and fully loaded. I think Perry Farrell is about to suck his own dick, guys. I think that's what he's implying.
I bet he could.
He honestly could. He definitely is. He definitely seems like a guy.
The Kundalini. It's the keystone to everything.
Yeah.
That's the flexibility work.
Putting this in people's heads so we could shove this away for another day and think on it, and maybe we come back to it on a future episode. Tier
Matty,
list.
what are you
Could suck their own dick. I will. Could suck their own dick but won't. Can't suck their own dick but wants to. Can't suck their own dick, doesn't want to. Doesn't know how to suck a dick. Period.
Why?
Put the guys from
unpopular opinion.
Put the guys that were
be sucking your own dick feels good.
Wait, hang on. His typing structure is like an Alan Moore comic. He's like italicizing and bolding everything.
Yes, sorry to briefly turn this into Reddit stories, but I do want to. I remember this post upon saying that joke, and I want to say it. This is from r/unpopular opinion. Sucking your own dick doesn't feel good. So in the body of the text, so a couple of months ago, I found out that I was able to suck my own dick. And when I say suck my own dick, I don't mean simply licking the tip of the penis. I mean full-on deep-throating my entire cock. When I first found out about this, I was so excited, I immediately began sucking my knob.
I would like to say in this moment that I forgive DaBaby, if that's okay.
Yeah, is it?
Hey, Gavin, we forgive DaBaby. Okay.
Yeah.
The LGBT community is forgiven
We're mad at Kyle
DaBaby,
Gass
of course.
now.
Yeah. Speaking of sucking your own dick, Anthrax.
Yeah, there we go. Great segue.
All right,
Thank you.
Tier 7. Here we go. From here on, no cuts, only winners. We've got good bits to talk about here. And here we have we have Anthrax, we have Madhouse. One of the most fucked covers in these games, if purely because the laughs that they have at the beginning and end here sound like basically like your local community haunted house like had to record something like last minute and they could only do one take and they got like the drunkest guy possible to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the music video for this, and Anthrax is possibly like it's like for the first, like the second or third shot of the music video is them just playing the song in front of like 3 Marshall stacks. It's the gayest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe they pulled that off. Anthrax is ridiculous.
I will say I was really disappointed going to the video where it looks that but the original sounds, because the drum, I'm sorry if that's an editing job, I apologize.
Don't worry, I gotta edit this episode anyways. I'm just not used to anyone not named Natalie or Grant saying slurs on the podcast.
The thing is, you have 4 people on here who could say that this episode.
That is true. Wait, 4 people?
Who's the other one out?
I know you. Who else can say it?
Oh wait, 3. Shit. Never mind.
Did you just give Max or Gavin or me a slur pass?
Don't say it at the same time.
All of us. 5, 4,
3, 2.
But this is we'll get into it with Anthrax, because like Anthrax will return very soon, in fact. But I kind of dig this. I don't know. It's like, the thing is, I'm kind of a sucker for like classic thrash, with some exceptions, I would say. But I don't know. This one's it's got a nice little groove to it. It's like maybe not the most like interesting. I think the Anthrax song we're going to talk about in a couple episodes is way more interesting than this one.
Mm-hmm.
The most interesting thing about this is that the fucking refrain has like 3 parts to it, which is kind of insane for me. Like, did Matty slow this down, or is my recording just... Hold on.
Sounds normal to me.
It's
Interesting. Okay, my thing has been doing some shit. Anyway, there we go. It's sped back up. That was very weird for like half a second. I thought like something was happening there.
They fell asleep a
Madhouse.
little.
Whoa.
But yeah, it's kind of weird. This song is a little funky and weird. I don't know. That falsetto is kind of fucked on this cover.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
The cover point I was going to finish before I started getting us into slur diversions. Despite the visuals being so high, beautiful camp, the original's actually a lot like tighter and thrashier, whereas this, like, because all of the drums that seem to get used in these covers, like, there are some worse moments for these drums, but they're just really splashy and bright, and they almost like veer towards glam in the cover. Like, it's too wet, it's too big. It hasn't got some of the like chug and like menace and tightness that the original does. But like, I can combine the visuals from the original with this sound, and I end up with like something really sparkly and special. But like, again, feels much more in the camp end of things than I think the original intention was.
I'm glad you're talking about these kinds of differences, because when we get to a couple songs from now, I'm going to have a lot to say about like how the cover alters the sound of that song for me.
Yeah, when I was a youngin', I pretty much wrote Anthrax off as real quick. Gotta get that in. I wrote them off. I didn't like them. They were too. The vocalist liked to hit the high notes, and I was like, I'm not interested in that in thrash. But now that I'm an old man and I talk to Ivan every day, and we talk about Scott Ian every day because we both grew up watching VH1, and I guess Scott Ian was on VH1 so fucking
Scotty
much.
was on VH1 all the time. Like,
yeah.
All the I Love the 80s stuff, he was like a talking head on every fucking program.
Yeah, it just got me thinking about Scott Ian, so we were both listening to Anthrax, and Ivan has walked away not liking Anthrax, and I kind of think they rock, and I kind of think this song rocks. I don't know. I think I'm just regressing in many ways.
Do people here know that the singer of Anthrax is named Joey Belladonna?
Oh yeah,
that's so fucking cool.
Birth name awesome. Joseph Bellardini, but Joey Belladonna is
perfect.
Like honestly a great stage name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I pulled up the Scott Ian Wikipedia page because I wanted like a mental reminder of what he looked like in the I Love the 80s stuff. And this picture of him from like 2019, he's looking rough. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, he's a goatee metal guy, right?
Yeah.
How great
he's
can
like
he
the
look?
definitive goatee metal guy.
Yeah.
Did you guys already do a before and after for Motley Crue? Shout at the Devil.
Oh, we talked about it a bit.
Oh my god, he's got cauldron gut now. It's incredible.
Vince Neil looks fucking.
He's like a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta investigate.
Yeah, look
this
how
really
Shout
quick.
Out the Devil Live, Pennsylvania.
Oh no,
Pennsylvania in particular.
Yeah, you better believe. Yeah, that first one.
Here we go.
You better believe I've watched this 100 times.
Oh no.
Listen to his voice.
It is 6,000 views, so
yeah, 5,000 of those are mine. Everyone else in the band looks pretty great.
Yeah, like
I mean, for Motley Crue,
as good as I can.
This set design's interesting.
Why does he sound like that?
Dear God.
He sounds like he's at karaoke and thinks he knows the words.
Oh, man.
So shout out to Daniel.
Shout out to Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
Oh god.
This show rocked. Vince still needs some work, but it was badass is one of the comments.
God damn.
That's brutal.
Like, when even the people in the comments section of your band are like not sucking your dick, you know you've got a problem.
I mean, I don't think Vince can even see his own dick, let alone suck it, so...
This is wild. You're not saying words. Like, I know that's not
He's
a
like
unique
Sigur Rós.
observation, but...
He's like if Boom
singing in
Power inhaled
Hopelandic.
a bunch of helium.
He's like walking around and just going, yeah!
He's wearing what I can only describe are like basically like the kind of like jumper chain pants that like young punks wear, but it looks like you like stuff them on your like 70-year-old grandpa.
It's like when Homer wears the clown pants and he's like, I've never had a pair of pants fit this good in my life.
I was gonna say they kind of look like couch cushion pants.
Yeah.
All right, this is painful to watch.
I feel like multiple people I know hear a voice very similar to Vince Neil's in that as like the voice in their head. Like that's you just hear like you're listening to you're trying to like ask yourself for advice like what should I do right now, and you just hear a voice in the back of your head go shut up.
Like, all right,
I'm
cool.
so
Thanks,
glad I
man.
didn't grow up in America.
Speaking of bands not from America, I did not realize this. I was gonna set up a bit. I didn't realize the Living End is fucking Australian. Let's get into it. It's Carry Me
that
Home,
makes sense.
Living End. This is a weird one. This is an
This is my
interesting
least
one.
favorite song on the playlist.
Gavin and I were going back and forth because we were talking about so much rockabilly this episode, and we're talking about the Living End as kind of like a maybe the Living End or like thinking about it as like a bad band, but I don't know. Like listening to this, I'm like, do I like this? I think I like this. I don't know.
Come
this
on.
is kind of
Come on.
You're trying to wolf mother rockabilly. It's crazy. It's crazy out here.
You can't do that!
Yeah.
I think it's there's a part of me that's like I could hear this in a Tony Hawk game, and I'm like that it's some part of like my like dumb little monkey brain. It flips a switch, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see myself like doing a triple kickflip to this.
They were in Tony Hawk Underground 2. I guess this is just my fucking job on the show, is to know what bands were in Tony Hawk. I don't know.
I wanted
Not
to
this
say,
song, but-
I mean, it's good to have for maybe a future series, you know. It's good to have that knowledge.
Nat, to tell you, it's to let the people know where I'm at in my life. One of the reasons why I thought you brought this on was it's like my brain is like, oh, this is like the only bass track in Guitar Hero 2 that has an orange note on medium difficulty. That's fun. We can talk about that.
I did read that in the comments. Yes.
Yeah, there's this fucking guy, random boomer or something, that goes to every upload of the fucking the WaveGroup cover of The Living End and is like, good job. It's a good thing you didn't play this on medium. They'll throw something crazy at you.
I would like to point out that reading the Living End's history, they were inspired by the Stray Cats, so we have a lineage in this game, like from the progenitors to the actual like people inspired.
I'd like to just clarify to those listening that Matty is bobbing his head to this, which I think just confirms some suspicions that we've had about Matty.
I mean, look, it's a good song. What can I say? I mean, you know, just because I enjoy a song does not mean that I'm rockabilly or psychobilly. You know.
Hey, careful saying that. I might freak out.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Hold it for two more songs.
That's for much. Save that Freakout for much later, okay, Boo?
Sure.
But not much.
I'm looking at my Psychobilly storm warning forecast on my
We're
phone
not
right
quite
now.
at Freakout territory, but it's encroaching.
Yeah, it's a Psychobilly like fracas right now.
I was gonna say a Psychobilly lookout, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
The thing about this is, I feel like this weirdly occupies the same space in my brain as, like, funnily enough, like, in terms of just, like, thinking about it as in, like, a chart or charting, like, what, like, Crazy on You did, in the sense that, like, my main memory of this is just primarily, like, how difficult the intro and the solo were for me, like, as a kid, and I think in my brain, that also, like, I equate that with like, whoa, they're actually like doing something really complex here, and it's just they're just being rockabillys. They're not being rockabillys. They're being silly billies, is what they are.
In the Xbox version, this is in the final tier, which is wrong to me.
I was gonna say like it's like half of these are just like the Stonehenge selections, and then it's like I was like, wait, no, this is, and then Gavin, you brought it home with that because this is on like different versions of the game. Dark Hero
it's so weird. Yeah, this song is not that. I mean, it's difficult. It's got a lot of going around. It's got a lot of rockabilly diddling around. You know, get the pomade on your fingers and diddle around on the fretboard or whatever.
I don't want to know what rockabilly diddling feels like.
Oh man, in the back seat at Makeout Point, I know all about it. Me and Peter the Greaser going up to Makeout Point, fingering me like a goddamn upright bass shaped like a coffin. That's what's up.
So Natalie, we discovered the fourth person that can use this.
Gavin, you were getting mad Gretchy on Makeout Point the other day.
Yeah. The guy named Eddie.
The Greaser.
Yeah, that's a real YouTube channel that I'm subscribed. Oh, should we watch the Rockabilly guy I found the other day?
No,
should we watch that video real quick?
Yeah, no.
Actually,
we might as well.
We might as well.
Let's save
It's
that for Psychobilly
2:30 in the morning, guys.
Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah, to let you know where we are mentally, Gavin posted Big Ice Cube's finish off a Mara drink so well into chat. Classic Perry tweet. Alexis, before we move on, you seem to express disgust at my take. Do you want to have a piece on this?
Barely. More than anything, just that I was struggling to calibrate because, like, you know, Psychobilly Freakout is on this playlist. We can say that up front. I was struggling to calibrate what was going on in this song whatsoever, and I did just sort of like look at the cover art for this track, like. You can go look at the cover up for Roll On. Like, can you have a hoedown in a fedora? Can you have a hoedown in a flat cap? These are questions that I didn't need the answer to, and yet I now have them, and I'm sad about that fact. Like, I don't know, something. I'm allowing myself to just feel basic genre-based disgust, and that's okay. That's okay. That's on me. But like, it's happening. It's happening. You can't do anything about it.
It feels wrong to be an Australian rockabilly like that.
That's not yours. That's like double not yours.
Cultural appropriation.
That's co-opting. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna save my rockabilly brain before it like fully just burns out on me. I think we need to like put our rockabilly feelings away in like the corner for a bit. They'll come back in about 10-15 minutes whenever we're done talking about this next song. But this fucking tier like loves alternating between metal and rockabilly and then inexplicably ending on something that is neither. So true to form, right after Carry Me Home, which the Living End will return. We'll make sure of it. But we have Lamb of God Laid to Rest. This is another weird one for me in the sense that like I think just because of my limited knowledge of metal when I started playing these games, and also the fact that like I was seeing this band grouped alongside like some of the like older bands, I got the sense for a while that this was just like, I thought this was like a 90s track and this was not like a like mid 2000s like essentially contemporary track that was on here. I've got an interesting way. I used to like not really be into this kind of song that much when I was like not really a metalhead, and now I've kind of come back around to being like, I think this like the studio version of the song is kind of cool in a very basic metalhead, like if I want to like turn off my brain and be a meathead way. This cover fucking sucks. This is the worst cover we're talking about today.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Don't go on the bed.
I got a weak dick.
I would love the isolated vocals to this.
Yes.
They're probably
it really sounds like they just got the vocalist to shove a bunch of food in his mouth and then just record.
I again, not to spoil a song later on this episode. He ironically sounds like Trogdor a little bit.
I was gonna say he's got sort of like the strong bad Wrestleman growl in there.
It was Strong Bad, not Trogdor. I don't know my Homestar.
It's a song. It's okay.
lore.
We knew.
I'm here to
Thank
give you guys the crash course. Don't worry.
We literally moved the song to this playlist for Boo, so she knows what's up.
Thank you.
But yeah, this I think I said this about another song, like maybe last week or something. I can't remember when I said this, but like this song basically sounds like they just like recruited somebody who was like in a completely different genre of like band at harmonics, and we're like, hey, you got to record a metal cover and we need it tomorrow. We forgot to record the vocal track for the game. And this person had to try to approximate their best idea of like a like metal growl in like 24 hours. Like that is the only explanation for this. Like I can not fathom like this being like your default vocal style.
Yeah, this song's not for me. Never cared for it. I played it to get through the game and then never thought about it again. I like my metal corny as fuck. And this is when they wanted metal to not be corny, which to me is way more corny than going, whoa,
I think this is plenty corny, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that this is the dividing line. I think this is... I think I've gone into the point where it's like, I see metal, like, corniness on such a continuum, and I've gotten to the point where I'm, like, so far removed from it and when I genuinely listen to that something like this just comes across as like incredibly corny to me just because it's so devoted to the aesthetics of like mainstream metal.
I guess
Sorry, Gav, you go.
I would say I divide corniness from like trying to be trendy. I apply it to like King Diamond going over like organ or whatever. I want that, you know. I want metal about goblins and ghosts, pretty much.
I was gonna say I think it's like there's like a shift of the magnetic poles with corniness in metal that I think Nat and Gav, you guys are on the opposite sides of.
Yeah, and we're also warring with each other over it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You guys are also sending like all the orcs and all the wizards and casting like infinite Balearic flame.
It's a montage set to the song, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's all relative to me. It all like kind of vacillates with time. Like again, like I thought this song was kind of maybe kind of bad when I heard it for the first time in 2000, or this cover for the first time in 2006. And times change, people change.
I mean, the cover's bad.
The cover is bad. The cover is genuinely really bad.
Yeah,
I don't listen to a lot of metal, so I don't really have a frame of reference for like what it's supposed to sound like. But I was listening to this and I was like, well, I know what it's not supposed to sound like. It just really, just an unpleasant listen. And I was like, surely, I mean, I've listened to metal songs before that I've liked. It's just, this was not one of them.
I mean, going kind of what I started with, there is a genre of metal that is impressive more than anything. That is like technically, I mean, this is what you mean by to some degree mainstream metal aesthetic. Like, has those kicks that are like pinprick sharp and like going to like hammer your skull like a fucking jackhammer. It's just like this the crapness of the vocal cover is amusing. The crapness of the drums, particularly the kick sound in this, is just like deflating more than anything. Like you could take one but not the other, and you might have like, oh, it's got the vibe, but it hasn't quite got the technicality, or it hasn't got the technicality, but they fucking nailed the vibe, and this is neither of those things. Like it's missing the thing that gives it the like, oh, I'm impressed by how like daring or aggressive or just obnoxious that noise is. Like it's both Blair and an aesthetic failure.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the drums because that's something that once again you've set up perfectly. The next metal song that we're gonna talk about. Which I something about that the cover we're gonna talk about later is just stood out to me as like there's something weird here.
One thing about that cover that stood out.
Only one thing. Everything else is perfect. It's flawless. But no, I think and I think it's also just I think part of it. I kind of want to at some point going through all these covers again makes me want to like delve into like honestly more than anything else the like actual like production and like behind the scenes like history of this in terms of like how this was recorded, because just like the low bit rate on like so many of these songs, and the fact that they're like basically being recorded essentially for like a PS2 like game disc as the final like output product is just, it's so fascinating to me. I'm just like, it's going to fuck with the sound in a number of ways. Some songs more than others, and here we're like really getting to the heart of like, I cannot imagine anybody listening to this on their own in their spare time. This particular cover, like, unless you like are playing the game actively in front of you, like, what do you get from listening to this version of the song? But yeah, if we're ready to move on, I think it's time to. The storm has
actually. Can we segue with a video I posted in the Discord, Matty, real quick? It's short. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, this is a new guy that Gavin found recently. This is from Greaser Boy Joey. The day JFK was assassinated. Visual bit and audio podcast.
He's just getting ready, and he has like a ton of old shit.
This is too early for rocking around the Christmas tree.
He had a huge bulge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his cock was out. He's so upset. He's shaking his head,
crying in his Buick.
All right, we can turn that off now. It's just vintage footage now.
Slow down. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree is playing.
JFK's last words were quoted as saying, "It's a psychobilly freakout."
and then his head explodes. That's where Reverend Horton Heater from.
Do they make the radios? When they're mourning for a president, do they make all the country stations play everything at like minus 12% speed? Is that the way they like? Show respect?
Little known fact about us as a country.
No, they just hit the button to turn on to 33, and that's where the Jolene cover came from.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a Psychobilly Freakout, everybody.
It's here. It's finally hit.
Can we just all just talk at the same time?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I love talking.
So
that would be a freakout.
I was kind of thinking about like how this song is fucking stupid and insane and ridiculous. In my notes for Psychobilly Freakout, I have 1 point, and it's thanks in all caps.
I mean, if you think about it, this is really a indication of the changing times. If you think about it, we used to have normal billies, and everyone would just like chill out, and then they really came along, revolutionized the game. Now our billies are all psycho; they're freaking out.
When the Iraq War hit, things changed.
Yeah. Well, first we had the billies from the hills, then we had the billies that like to rock, and then those guys just stuck around for a good long while, and then the towers fell, and they all went fucking psycho. And Reverend Horton.
This is from 1990.
Yeah.
The towers were still up.
All we have now are active billies.
Yeah, that's true. Let him speak on that.
Now we have no cash, no hope, no jobs.
No billies.
No billies.
Reverend Horton Heat were touring by me as late as like last year. And it's like, I cannot imagine what the crowd for Reverend Horton Heat is like.
Jam band version of Psychobilly Freakout, like 8-hour Psychobilly.
Yeah. In Dallas, they're like legends. People love them here. Like, still, my fiance's stepdad has seen them live a fuck ton of times. It's crazy.
That's an awesome sentence, Gavin. That was so good.
Yeah.
The thing is, this song is so stupid that I can't hate it.
The chart is awesome. Like this
chart is awesome and insane.
I am always happy to play Psychobilly Freakout. It is near and dear to me. It's almost like a family member.
Yeah, it's the family member that's almost kind of like, it's like you don't necessarily have anything in common, but you're just kind of endeared by like their like just like complete like boyish charm, and it's just for like you are an untouchable fool that not even God could smite is the way I feel about Psychobilly Freakout. Yeah, and it's just my favorite little detail about this song is before the like this little bit of soloing happens. The vocalist goes, "I'll tell you what it is," and you hear in the background somebody going, "What is it? God dang it!" Like very, very lightly.
It's fucking like 35 million kids in big Stetson hats, crowd killing it in cargo shorts at the pizza place.
That's what's fucking right.
What a insane pull to put in the second Guitar Hero. This feels like
so
a
good.
Guitar Hero 6 pull when they're trying to find something. I will always be a fan of them putting songs in the game because they're like, fuck, we have a rockabilly character. What game should we put in that would make sense to continue having our rockabilly character? And I think this was like, well, they tried it with Warriors of Rock, and that was the genesis of us talking about fixing Warriors of Rock. But like, it's such a weird, nice little pick, I guess. I don't know. I always appreciate that, and I guess I appreciate having just a fucking crazy song that nobody had ever heard of before. That's probably wrong because I'm
nope. Trivia time. Does anyone want to guess what label that the album that this was on came out on?
Sub Pop.
Warp Records.
That's right. Max knows the shit.
Max did not know that shit. Look at Max's face.
Yeah, 1990, like in the midst of like breaking out, Sub Pop released this. Like this was after like Mudhoney started having their like time in the sun.
They said, "Touch me, I'm sick. It's time for a psychobilly goddamn freak out." That's crazy.
So theoretically, you could go to the Seattle airport and buy a Reverend Horton Heat record from the Sub Pop shop at the Seattle airport.
I was gonna ask, like, is this a primarily psychobilly band or is it a one-off thing?
No, they're full on psychobilly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Doing psychobilly freakouts is their job. That's their way of life.
They're all in on freaking out. 25-8.
So psychobilly freakout is almost like a thesis statement.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had this question about a later song that we're going to talk about, but I had it here and I took a look. I was wondering, where do you put Psychobilly Freakout on an album? And the question is, the answer is in the middle of the fucking album for some
crazy.
reason.
I mean,
It's awesome.
It's track 6 of 12.
I mean, the whole point is there are
awesome
so many
that a
other things
couple-
you could be doing with psychobilly. There could be a psychobilly ballad. There could be a psychobilly love song. There could be a psychobilly like rock, stadium
Psychobilly
anthem.
progressive trance.
It's sandwiched between two
Psycho
songs that.
Step.
Psycho Step. I would
Let's
love
make
to hear
it.
Psycho Step.
Yeah,
If somebody
Psycho
has a Psycho Step song they want to send us, please, I'm desperate to hear it. I was gonna say, but based on what Alexis said, I looked at the track list, and the track list, Psychobilly Freakout is sandwiched between two songs that to give you a sense of Reverend Horton Heat's titling style. The two songs it's between are Big Dwarf Radio, or Rodeo, and Put It to Me Straight. So that's kind of the zone that we're in.
Maddie,
That's
can you go back to
ends
the
with a
band
song
members?
called
One of those are just
Love
called-
Whip.
Yeah, eat steak.
Of course, the other guy in Reverend Horton Heat is Jimbo Wallace, who plays upright bass.
Yeah.
We're forgetting Patrick Taz Bentley, of course.
Mm-hmm. Hook Herrera.
Jim
the
and
psychic-
Jimbo have been in this band since 1985. Well, no, Jimbo joined in 1989. He
Mhm.
kind of like matched Jim's freak. I find it cute that Jim and
It's a Jimbo Billy freak out.
I did
God.
look up rockabilly footwork on YouTube just to see if there would be anything, but there's not, unfortunately.
Jukabilly. We need it.
Man, folks, again, we iterate this on the 90s Rock Number Ones, and I'll iterate it again. It is crazy how much Kurt Cobain shook up the like mainstream music industry, because why the fuck did Reverend Horton Heat release like 3 albums on
I
Interscope?
saw this as well.
Yeah,
What
it's
the fuck?
I saw Sub Pop / Interscope and I felt physically ill. Like
It's like, oh, that's the label that Kurt Cobain was on, so we gotta sign like any
Yes.
band that they put out, I guess.
Scoop it up. Yep.
That's
No.
that's crazy. Jesus Christ. Oh god, our next band. Oh god, this next
Hey,
song.
can we talk about a war hero real quick?
Yeah.
Let's talk about a war hero. Go for it. Who's the war hero?
Well, let's talk about the song, and then we'll scroll down to the comments and read a fascinating tidbit.
yes.
Thank you. So the encore tier 7, we've got nothing like any of the previous songs here. YYZ Rush.
YYZ.
YYZ.
Toronto Air Code.
Thank you.
No, that's not what that stands for.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, let's read
You're
this
right.
comment,
Go straight
please,
for it.
before we do
Okay.
anything else.
Let's see.
all
Not
the way
this
at the
one, I'm
bottom.
assuming.
No, all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Second.
Named after.
Oh. Named after Yeltsin Yoli Zifrano. YYZ.
Lol. YYZ is the
Okay.
IATA code of Pearson Airport in Toronto, the band's hometown.
Sorry.
Yeltsin Yoli
Yeah, you go, Matty.
Zilfernato is just a myth. No, a legend. I made him up. He's a mythical war hero for Ukraine. He's not a real historical character, but his character is what makes Ukraine one of the greatest nations on Earth. In fact, it's said that he built the Transylvanian Pyramid of the Freemasons in Bosnia and Herzegovina sometime in early June 1731. He's none other than my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grand uncle. Translated into English, his name is Michael Mark Silversmith, served under the authority of the Swedish Yellowcoats.
Cringe.
Michael Mark Silversmith. This for listeners at home, because you can't see how this is formatted. This is formatted like one of those copy pastas where it's broken up by emojis, like every other sentence.
Every time there's a country, there's a or indeed at the there's an emoji for it.
Zilfernato needs you to tag this to 10 hungry sluts.
I thought we were going to say 10 hungry Ukrainians, and I'm not sure which would be worse.
No!
Look, we're making fun of this guy, and Max, you can relate. He has a wild imagination, and we shouldn't make fun.
I was gonna say it's
of
crazy to make your OC a Freemason.
And it's to name him after Rush YYZ.
And to say on the YouTube comments, yeah, this is named after my great uncle.
Can we go to this guy's profile?
Exist.
Can we see if he's made other comments?
Let's see.
This is
This sucks.
I mean, I get it. No, I get it. A video that's I'm officially off the Trump train.
I hate being called a simp.
I hate being called a simp.
He'll hit those drums.
The thing is,
Sorry, I was saying the male cover,
Deadliest
not gay
Warrior.
version. Beautiful shit.
Yeah, that looks good.
I get that the impulse to make up a myth based on this song, because like you hear the song at age 12, it does rewire your brain kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's for many people, I feel like this might have been the first Rush song they ever heard if they didn't have a dad that like fucked with Tom Sawyer or whatever. This was not my first Rush song because my dad is insane and Roll the Bones is his favorite Rush song.
Whoa.
I heard that like 800 times. I was like, Dad, there's a rapping skeleton in it. And he's like, I know, isn't that awesome?
Boo, I need to connect you with Angel from Fire Tools, because like she has this exact same take of like or like history and like loves Presto, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is
Angel's fucking awesome.
Oh my god, Angel Markway fucking come on Hot Singles.
Yeah. Oh my god, that suggestion was so awesome and nearly died. God, that was so cool.
I will try my best to make it happen. But no, this fucks, honestly. Like it's just,
oh yeah.
I like what am I gonna say about this? I'm the Rush head on this episode, so it's like, of course I'm gonna like. The thing is, Rush was like my I think first like real like favorite band as a kid. Like I think Rush was one of the first concerts I ever went to, was like at a fucking beach pavilion on Long Island. So it's just like, I don't know. I can't remember if this was the first song I heard from them or if it was like something like Tom Sawyer like on the radio or something. But like I just remember my
sorry. Yeah, you go.
No, it's okay. I remembered like just hearing Rush and having it rewire my brain and just being like, every single piece of this like is really cool. Like what is up with this? And like buying fucking 2112 and like Moving Pictures and Permanent Wave CDs like at the like soonest opportunity that I had, because I was just like deeply obsessed. But this fucks. It's a great instrumental. It's really fun to play. The chart on this is really fucking cool.
It's so
honestly.
good. It's honestly awesome.
It's one of my like favorite songs like this late in the game to like 5-star. Like it genuinely, it's like not that hard, but like presents like a little fun challenge that like makes it kind of cool. It's also one of the only Rush songs I can play for my lovely wife who hates Geddy Lee's voice, and
yeah,
so like
it was a good decision for them to put an instrumental while they still had WaveGroup cooking, I think.
Yes.
Can you imagine being WaveGroup and like knowing how to play this song? It's like pulling that. It's like that's the best like fucking like introducing yourself at a bar ever. Like,
yes.
Hey, I can play YYZ. I played it on Guitar Hero 2. I'd marry that fucking guy.
So WaveGroup is like the in-house band for Guitar Hero?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically the name that's given to the rotating collection of musicians that like play on these songs. The like personnel is different song to song sometimes, just based on like different people's like backgrounds. But basically all the covers that you hear in these games are WaveGroup.
These guys all got tattoos and like army patches that said YYZ Unit #1.
They were in the fucking trenches. I love most of the cover, but the first like B section at like 1:30 or so, what is actually like a kind of like trad rocky, and I'm hearing 70s shit in my head. In this cover, it's full on ska, and like I did not know that was a transition that I needed. That was not a side by side, and that's just about like how high the rhythm guitar part is mixed, and like. Just on that alone, like the upbeats getting hit so hard, that threw me. Exactly.
I want to see a ska cover of this. There probably has been
It's
a ska
probably
cover
on
of
YouTube
this.
right now.
It's probably on YouTube.
Rockabilly cover.
What genre of Rush cover do you think needs to exist?
Drum
in
and
the
bass.
World?
I just need I just need Rush, but like it's all jungle. It's all jungle breaks.
Wait,
It's
2-on-1-2
exist.
jungle would kind of go crazy.
Yeah, I think you could like chop a Rush song into a Footwork song pretty cool.
It's like some kid discovers like an NPC sampler or something in the Temples of Syrinx, like blast his ass.
And
like,
there's
no,
a
we only
Tom
listen to
Sawyer
Rush
remix
here.
from the Small Solar remix by DJ Z Trip.
What
we
the
just
fuck
we
is
checked
this?
back into what Matty was doing, and we have from Small Soldiers music from the motion picture Rush Tom Sawyer remix.
All right, this seems like a good time to go use it up.
I think we have time for some donations.
what is happening here? Oh, it's like just an instrumental, like.
Oh,
we put some DJ scratches in it.
Oh.
Oh my god! The perfect song ever.
Sounds like the body rap.
Can you imagine if this were in the like Matrix lobby shootout?
Natalie, I would have died. I would have I wouldn't have been here because like my soul would have fully left my body.
I'm going to do that after this episode. I'm going to sync that and put it in chat.
Please,
imagine
oh
if
my
you were
God.
watching Iron Claw and that just came on in the middle of it. It's so awesome.
All right, let's see.
Imagine when they
Z-Trip
do the
remix.
Halo jump in Godzilla 2014 and they play that.
Damn, there's a mashup between Rush and Public Enemy. Tom Sawyer shut it down. There's
we've got to move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. There's nothing here. What is our next song, Natalie?
Next, we're in the final tier. We're in the home stretch, baby. And every single song here has something a little fuck to talk about. In the first episode that we had, we told Blake Hester, who you should go buy his book, pledge for it while the pledge period is still active.
Yes.
His pick for should have been in Guitar Hero was being like, the first game should have had Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold. It was like, it was already coming out. It was like, that was the right time for it. And we told him, hold up. We're going to talk about a special song in just a few episodes. And sure enough, it's Avenged Sevenfold's Beast and the Harlot. I mentioned when we talked about that, I was a big like forum and like message board like user when I was like between the ages of 11 and 14. And like, I just remember like being on like fucking GameFAQs during like the period between the first Guitar Hero and the second one. And basically it was nothing but everybody being like, they need Avenged Sevenfold, Beast and the Harlot in this game.
Oh my god.
It was like the most commonly requested song was like Avenged Sevenfold,
That's
Beast and the
crazy.
Harlot. It had an iron grip on all the teenagers back then. And it's like, they got it in this game. And it's like, I understand it because I was playing all the sports games. I was playing all the racing games back then where like all those games had Avenged Sevenfold. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
You couldn't fucking turn a stone up without finding Backcountry in a fucking like in a like a licensed soundtrack game. You could listen to that in Saints Row 2. That's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, no, here's the thing, is that I feel like this is as good a time as any
here we
to
go.
like get into my like Avenged Sevenfold, because they were like like I was not, as I mentioned, like a metal listener for a while, and they were like basically like the one exception like metal band that I listened to as a dumb teenager who didn't know anything better. And I just remember thinking like at the time that like this album was like really good, and like I think I listened back to it like a few years ago in the midst of like 2020, like sitting around my house doing jack shit all day boredom. And City of Evil is like a fascinating album because it opens with this song and like one or two other decent songs and then Backcountry, and then the rest of it is just like, oh my god, this song is still going. This is the like 8th solo. What are you doing? You are just doing they at one point they do like gang vocals on fucking like on like as like call and response to like M Shadow's like high-pitched vocals. It's an insane fucking record. I kind of have a soft spot for this song, is the thing, but not this fucking cover, because this vocalist sounds like he just got off of his like third line shift, like moonlighting like a like fucking mall punk like cover band. What happened here?
He took those headphones off and came out of the booth and said, "That sounded hot, right?" And he looked to like a group of haunted people in the recording booth.
Like, no joke, I was listening to this cover again today, and I was like, not just for timeliness reasons, but at some point we're doing in the future a Brutal Legend episode. I was like, this sounds like the fucking emo core band that's at the beginning of Brutal Legend.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh fuck.
This song has some crazy tonal whiplash. I said whiplash. I don't.
I kind of like that.
It
That's
whips
a
and
good
it
word.
whaps.
Yeah. This the chorus is, I mean, we are in the Adult Swim Toonami era for sure with that chorus. I mean, that's all I could say about. That's an anime ass chorus. But I don't know.
I'm watching fucking bumper to IGPX set to that shit.
The duality, I illustrated it as this in the Discord the other day, which is, ooh, isn't the Bible full of scary demonic shit? The Book of Revelation goes hard, bro. That woman is hot, but she's about to bring the end times. Whoa! And then Beast of the Harlot chorus, and it's just the image of the House of Decline, like Snoopy rave.
Women would be so hot if Original Sin never existed.
Yeah, hey, speak on that.
That's fact.
Bro, she's a dwelling place for demons. You gotta let her go, bro.
She really is a dwelling place for demons for real, though.
God,
yeah,
this cover, man.
This cover fucking... I feel like this cover is like dealing like Dark Souls frenzy damage to me in real time.
It's poise breaking everybody. It's everybody looks really like delirious or upset.
They brought this guy in to sing Sum 41, and then when he found out it wasn't on the set list again, he was pissed off, bro.
This modulation.
The key change.
Yeah. I can't change on this version.
He's struggling,
it's
dude.
It's real.
He's fucking flat.
That's tough.
Skipping a meal before this because I had to rush home was a bad idea. I'm gonna say it right now. But no, to what Alexis was saying earlier, the drums on this are like so fucked. I know we're all talking about the vocals, but the drums, like, they're hitting them with such precision, which to me was like, wow, damn, you're like hitting this with like a lot of precision. You definitely have like some metal people on here. And I was like thinking about how they were mixed, and I'm like, but why are they mixed like that? Why are they like so like where they are in the mix, like so like forward, and they have like such a kind of like clipped attack in a way it feels wrong. Everything about this cover,
I'm not gonna lie,
wrong,
like I could have shout on the Rush YYZ drums as well. Like those were also the fills in that like give me nightmares. I mean, this is just like as with the whole of the cover, it's just like flat and like wrong in a way that's just like upsetting rather than actually being like interesting and compelling. That said, like, I don't think this is a good song in the first place. So, like, the levels we're working at here, there's only one way it's ever going to go, which is to take something bad and make it goofy, which frankly is like, I'll take that any day. Like, I've been laughing my head off every time I come back to this.
Oh, that key change.
The key change is glorious.
I was clicking on the timestamp for that key change, and I was just laughing my ass off.
When everyone collectively knows that there is a terrible vocal performance coming up, and we can just like enjoy that together. That's a beautiful communal experience, and I'm here for it. I don't want to touch it. I feel slightly like I need to take a shower now, but.
I made a joke in the Discord some time ago that's just they should do a live jam version of this where it just keeps modulating to different keys.
upper minor third. Yeah.
I bet
doing fucking the end of Our House by Madness, but with this song.
And they're like, we're gonna fade out at some point, right? And it's like, no, keep higher.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's kind of insane too, because this is honestly one of the better picks for Avenged Sevenfold songs that they have picked for these games over the years. It's like this and Backcountry, and arguably Almost Easy, and everything else has just been you go deep into the weeds of the Rock Band DLC for Avenged Sevenfold, and it's critical acclaim is what's fucking happening there. At some point maybe we'll talk about. I don't think that appears in a mainline game, but Avenged Sevenfold being why are you gotta criticize the decision to deploy our troops in Iraq, huh bro, is what's happening here.
They're on that Dave Mustaine moment right there, you know. But then they had to go and get in Call of Duty real quick. They had to hop on the Call of Duty, get that Call of Duty bag. Who can get mad at them for that? This is maybe the last band that I can think of that had Confederate flag styled guitars, right?
Oh no! I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, they had plenty of them. Not as many as Dimebag.
They're from Orange County. They're from Orange fucking County. Excuse me.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh, that does make sense.
I wish I lived in the Midwest so I could be racist.
Also, the lead guitarist of Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, whoa! Go back to that Reddit post, please.
Oh yeah, let's see. Hold on. Question: was Sinister Gates' Confederate guitar a joke? I know that Dimebag Dark and Dimebag was in, but I'm really confused. Someone asked Sin about the Confederate flag guitar on his website, Sin Gates, around 2 or 3 years ago. And his reply was, I don't play it, nor do I own it anymore. Honestly, I wanted one because of my hero, Dimebag, but now that I've seen the overwhelming effect that it has on people, I can't be a party to it. I'm not saying that all people that still support the Confederate flag support the negative connotations. I just have no excuse being a kid from SoCal witnessing all the people it offends representing any part of it, right, wrong, or indifferent.
That's a fine statement.
What band was Dimebag Darrell just a guy? Pantera.
Oh man. It's what actually happened is that he got his ass kicked by a bunch of kids in San Diego, and then it's I have to get rid of this guitar right now.
Man, it looks like shit too. It looks so fucking cheap.
Yeah,
that looks like you just put a very cheap skin on the guitar.
It looks seriously. It looks like you're going to the fucking boxcar derby with that goddamn guitar, dude. What the fuck?
Also, this guy's dad is a musical comedian. I just thought I should point that out.
Wait, what? No.
Dude, great taste.
His stand up on YouTube, and it's all guitar themed.
Oh God! All right, let's see. Brian Hainer Sr.
known as Papa Gates.
Yeah, he is known as Papa Gates.
Jeff Dunham. He tours Jeff Dunham.
Yes, correct. So that's the kind of comedy we're in for.
Oh no!
I did not say to watch this, by the way. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, he does Uncle Guitar Hero.
It's long, and it's just him doing the evolution of dance style 2004 thing.
Sorry, look at the description.
Guitar Hero, no caps. No caps.
Is this?
Yeah, this is pretty boring.
It's okay.
I played
yeah.
since I was a little kid. First time I saw the Beatles on television, I was 5 years old. John Lennon hit that opening chord.
John Lennon got shot in the head on TV. It was incredible.
Because it's 144p, kind of look like Charlie Sheen for a bit.
He does.
This was right before Kramer came on and said the N-word. Please turn this off, Matty. I beg of you. I don't want to watch
Matty,
it.
can we ratio this with the clip I sent you?
Oh yeah. Let's see. What do we got? Okay. What clip did you send me, Natalie?
The sound clip.
Whoa, did you see the title of that song?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I meant for this to be used for like chaos for other people on the recording, but I think we need a dose of this as a little bit of a cleanser.
Oh.
There we go. All right, our next song.
We got the evil of Avenged Sevenfold out of our brains.
Called "Save Me from This Crazy Bitch."
We're not listening to this. We can't. We have to move on.
Sequel to Buck Cherry. Yeah, let's move on.
Continuing on. We're going on to a song that we have not talked about in the Discord at all in the lead up to this. So I'm
can't believe that.
I'm fascinated, but we gotta hit play on this.
Matty, God, I'm so scared. You guys know I love this song, so I'm really scared.
Matty, this is why we need to hit play on this. Hit it.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce the song, please?
Our next song is Suicidal Tendencies with Institutionalized.
This might be my favorite song this week, honestly. Like, I'd forgotten how much I like really vibe with like the insane kind of like balance of like what this song is doing in like practice and like the actual effect until I was like listening back to this, and it's one of the like better covers that's happening here. I think like objectively I would probably say like Crazy on You, YYZ are like the two songs that I think are the like better songs that I like prefer to this. But like if I think about just like Guitar Hero cuts that I'm just like, anytime I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, this has got some like fun shit going on. It's this song that's in my brain. I don't know. It's the push and pull is just, it's so good. I really like it.
Yeah, I also love this song. It's perfect teen angst bullshit with also like, I don't know, this is the crossover thrash song to me because it's got a little column A and column B happening at the same time. Shout out to Robert Trujillo, Fortnite Skin. Shout out, bass player. Good stuff.
Yeah, about a minute in, I was like, oh man, this is the worst song ever. And then 3 minutes in, I was like, oh shit, this is the best song ever.
Let's go.
The thing is, I think I remember when I first played this as a kid, I was like, this song's kind of obnoxious. It's just kind of like dipping between these two parts. And I'm like, I just wanted Pepsi. I just wanted Pepsi. She wouldn't give it to me.
When you're a child, you like the melody. When you're an adult, you understand the lyrics. I just wanted Pepsi. I'm just thinking.
I think it's the fact that this song is such a like unapologetic like piss take of a song too. Like you think it's like a faux deep thing about like we like ostracize or like mentally ill and like put them like make decisions for them, and then it's just like, no, this is just kind of like a dumb song. This is a really fucking dumb as rock song, and it kind of rocks because it knows that it has to be a dumb song about this kind of subject matter. I love that this has sort of like I was gonna call it a problem, but I'll call it like the WaveGroup classic of like mixing the vocals down really low, so the guitar can actually shine. So it sounds like the frontman is just like trapped. Like he's just like he's in a wait. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the way you just described it right now and like hearing how it sounds. This is basically like a less sludgy chat pile song.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh fuck. God damn it. I
cracked a code. I'm gonna. They announced their new album the day that we're recording, and I might have to talk with them about this. This is. Yeah. I like. What are your thoughts on Suicidal Tendencies?
You should get them to play this on tour. That would be cool.
That would be genuinely sick. A cover of Institutionalized by Chatpile would fucking go.
Yeah, this is one of the best songs ever made. This is just one of the best songs ever made. Not this cover version, but just the original version. And also a big fan of the Census Fail cover from Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Also, I've done this song at karaoke a number of times, including in front of television star Jerry Trainer. He has seen me do the song at karaoke while I was drunk as fuck.
That's awesome.
This is a crazy karaoke song. I mean, I bet it's fun, but like...
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I usually fuck up the chorus, but it's fun.
I can't... Yeah, I guess like... I mean, I guess I played Guitar Hero before, so I would have heard this, but not hearing it before today, it was a real trip.
Before we move too far away from it, I think the thing that like sells this song for me is the like listless, disaffected, doesn't matter, probably get hit by a car anyway, like right at the end.
Perfect.
Yeah,
no notes.
Like perfect like encapsulation of like just like teen malaise and like complete apathy toward the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this fucking rules. It's so funny that I weirdly didn't think of this as like part of the like thrash lineup, because to me Suicidal Tendencies tend to like be a little bit more grouped in with like what I see a lot of like punk kids really getting into, and because I've like seen them in a lot of skateboarding games, I think I've, like, kind of
crossover thrash, them in like DRI and that shit that nobody listens to anymore except for people who listen to thrash. Punks don't really like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really, is the thing.
I know the boomer shit. Don't worry, I got you covered.
Alexis, did you want to chime in at all?
Everything's been covered because it is just a fucking great song, and honestly, this is one of the most successful covers. I did just like that on a base level, like structurally, this is one of the tracks which doesn't have like big guitar solos. It's just fucking shredding from beginning to end, because that's the song just needs shredding to happen from beginning to end, and like I just like that is there is something really satisfying about a song that is not set up in a like verse chorus guitar solo for 24 32 bars and then like recap, like the necessity of like bullshit, like fully stroppy, arrogant, like soloing while the vocal take is happening again, essentially while it sounds like he's stuck in a bin. Like, there is something very, very satisfying about the, like, buried vocals, super ridiculous guitar solo for a track that, like, is just, like, a big wet fart. Yeah, like, it's just a beautiful, beautiful vibe. I love this song immensely. It had not been high on my, like, Suicidal Tendencies list. It is, like, jumped up way higher, having, like, given it proper time and attention. Like, this was so much fun. So good.
It's perfect that it sounds like a band is practicing and the little brother who got grounded is screaming in the other room about why he got grounded. I mean,
it's so good.
Yeah.
I do love that in as I was like building the Guitar Hero like pseudo set list that I'm probably going to post into the Discord when we finish it, because I did like kind of finish it last night, but one of the things that stood out to me is like the idea of like how many fun parts, or how much percent of this song is like fun parts. And the thing about this song is this is like all fun parts is the thing, because it's like Alexis said, where it's like there's no like guitar solo moment that happens after like the second chorus. It's just the entire time the verses are going on, it starts with the main riff and then it just starts jumping into solos while the verse is going on, which is wild. I also am just learning
Godzilla in the last game.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm just now learning, because I've known a number of the people who've been in the band over the years. Like I knew that like Thundercat was in here like briefly. I didn't realize that their drummer is like Max Weinberg's son.
That's crazy.
Who's
awesome. Max Weinberg?
For Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Oh, interesting.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
at least the current drummer, not the like. I don't think.
Oh, I mean, that this band has had a number of lineup changes. Like, I want to go to Wikipedia.
He just started this year.
Yeah, because I think I
wait. Oh, he's that drummer. He's the shithead drummer that got kicked out of Slipknot. Never mind. Retracting that shit.
Oh, bummer.
Fuck that. He's the one who is at least rumor wise was like apparently shitty and transphobic to Laura Jane Grace like when she was coming out.
Oh no.
Ooh, stinky.
I retract this.
Stinky.
Max Weinberg, come get your son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, I was hoping there'd be oh yeah, there's the chart.
Oh my god.
Here's the chart.
Straight up Guitar Hero chart.
We've all been in Suicidal Tendencies at this point.
Can you go back up a little? That looked like the fucking tower for Mortal Kombat. Like when it just had like the little like profile pictures. Like John Cage is on here. Blaze from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I think Mocap is on here.
Mm-hmm.
Thundercat.
He was in there for a while too, which is crazy. He was in there for 9 years. That's a pretty long run in the band, honestly. Awesome. Oh, and of course, Robert Trujillo was in the band from Metallica.
Brooks Wackerman looks like he's making an O face.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Robert Trujillo, the first and only Suicidal Tendencies member to be a Fortnite skin, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, no, here we go. Damn. Alrighty. This is one of the craziest like Wikipedia timeline charts I've ever seen. This is insane.
You could like spend like multiple hours just combing through every single like hyperlink on here for sure.
And it's crazy that fucking Thundercat has had one of the longest tenures in the band.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like his bar is way bigger than he's way bigger than like.
Yeah, he's one of the longest running bassists.
I think it seems like he is the longest running bassist overall. And
That's
I think
insane.
If we look at the bars, he's probably the longest, like the fourth longest running member, maybe the fifth, which again,
somewhere in that realm.
Pretty crazy. Because that's counting like, again, it's like the only people of course above him of course are Mike, the famous like Mike Clark and Dean Pleasance. Yeah. Let's see. Dean Pleasance, who's been in since 1996. Of course, Psycho Mike, who of course founded the band. He's been in since since the beginning. Crazy. And of course, wait, what is that? Robert's daughter? Oh, okay, I guess Robert's daughter, Ty Truel, is the fucking bassist of the band. What
Nepo
the fuck?
baby.
That rocks. That's genuinely really cool.
Oh, okay, it might be son. I think the long hair threw me off a little bit.
It always was that way.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. I got it fucked up. The hair threw me off. Damn, that's crazy.
A small Wikipedia
He
picture.
filled in on Corn when he was 12.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Holy shit.
That's so cool.
That's so sick. Oh god.
That rocks.
Well then,
should we keep
Speaking
moving?
of Metallica.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
This cover is not very good.
Wait, no, not yet. Wait,
Oh yeah, not yet.
Did you get the
Speaking
order
of
fucked up?
Metallica,
Yeah, Misirlou.
Okay, no.
Dale.
Okay, let's
for something completely different.
Yes.
We've had basically like metalcore moving into like the like melodic metal like era. We've got crossover thrash. We're about to do another metal song after this. But before that, let's get into some like old heads territory, some history, if you will. We're talking Dick Dale. We're talking Misirlou. This is fucking wild. I mentioned before that Rock This Town is the bane of my existence. This is even more the bane of my existence. I have been spending countless hours in my like replay of Guitar Hero 2 lately, trying to 5-star this song, and I have like
it sucks.
Easily the hardest.
This is my Sisyphusian experience of like just rolling the boulder up the hill. Is every now and again I'll be like, I'm gonna fire up Guitar Hero 2, and my wife is like, are you gonna play Misirlou again for an hour? And I'll be like, no. And then inevitably I just end up playing Misirlou again for an hour, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. I fired up again like earlier this week. I somehow managed to do like 40,000 points worse than I did the week before, and I'm losing my edge. I'm like, Dick Dale is killing me. Dick Dale has passed away, and he's still owning my ass for Beyond the Grave.
You play like 5 fucking metal songs. He's like, oh, you think you got chugs, bitch? Check this out.
Gavin has made a note that like he was under the impression that this is a like alternate version that like WaveGroup made up themselves.
They were taking liberties.
No, this is an actual alternate take of the song that they are covering, which is
so
intensely harder. I think I've dropped the link in our like chat at some point, but like it is very faithful, like in terms of the actual performance. Like it is exactly this insane.
If you're comparing it to the second half here, like that first part sounds like he's playing it wrong, but it's like fucking like Spanish Run, I think is like the name of the original song that he is that Dick Dale is playing and then interpolates into this. I think
Matty,
it's in the comment section of this video.
Yeah, I think I found the alternative take, assuming it's this one. So I'll let this one play through and we can compare.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit reply on the one that I posted in chat so that you can find it easy. But yeah, this is, frankly, like, I think this is one of the coolest pulls in this game in the sense that it's like...
Yeah.
It, like, makes sense when you listen to the song and you're like, yeah, of course this would be in a Guitar Hero game, and then you play it and you're like, holy shit, it is, like, this amount of intensity, and it just, it, like, puts basically almost everything else to shame because you're just breaking the strum bar until, like, your hand is, like, cramping. It is a goddamn beautiful experience, I think.
I was going to say, we need to see the chart. I want to see the chart for this one in particular.
Matty hasn't seen the chart.
We
gotta see the chart.
That's the thing is that, like, I won't, because the videos that Natalie's are, that you know, the playlist is just the song. It's just the songs. There's no charts unless it's, like, I think so far the only time we've seen charts is for, like, the songs where they actually have the masters from, or, you know, something else. So I'm really intrigued what this chart looks like. Let's see. Dickdale, Misirlou, Guitar Hero 2. Because I'm assuming you're trying to play this on expert. Let's see. Here we go.
Shout out to Wise Moose.
Sorry, this will be an audio podcast, but
providing us for, like, basically all of these.
This
would. Okay, yeah, no, your hand's gonna cramp from this.
A different number of gems. It's infuriating. Like, you have to just...
this opening is technically, like, a slightly different meter than the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's slow. It builds you up, and it gets, like, more intense as it goes along, like, gradually and very subtly. It's one of the most fucked songs in the game.
Oh yeah, like I said, like, the reason why I never really got very far with Guitar Hero is that, like, basically once you got me past easy, like, into medium, it was, like, tough. I couldn't fucking do it. Like, once I couldn't do more than, like, the 3. So this is intense.
Shout out to Tuxedo t-shirt guy on the keys, my favorite.
Yeah, he rocks all these instrumentals where he's going to town. That's a very 2006 thing to have that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, basically, like, what needs to happen at some point is me and Gavin have, like, a fucking pro face off to this song on stream and see who comes out on top.
It'd be pathetic. It'd be the most pathetic thing ever.
Face rolling, like 13-0. That'd be brutal.
Watching like the Guitar Hero board on the Zoom screen share is very disorienting.
Yeah, it's Matty. I don't know if you saw that was like a PowerPoint.
I assume it was like pretty laggy, especially in the back half.
Even like getting like seconds per frame, highlights of the gems that you gotta hit on that song. It's like no, this far, no further.
They're called gems. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. There we go. All right,
Sorry,
let's. Oh boy, our next song.
They colored gems. They colored that in the tutorial.
Yep.
Okay, we've talked about a song that it seems like Alexis.
Absolutely
do you have
nothing.
anything to say?
Absolutely nothing.
Alexis, you look lost. You look so lost. It's like 5 a.m.
I mean, every time I talk, I'm in a state of absolute delirium. I have things to say about the next track, so I might as well just let me jump in there.
Listening to surf music at like 3 a.m.
We should know, listeners, that
all the fucking Yanks are like Perry Farrell, Big Bobber, you're like it's so high in your room and you're just
like
losing your mind.
Alexis is experiencing what I have to imagine is like the equivalent of like walking around the like Carnival amusement park from Carnival of Souls like at 3 a.m. I mean, it's just like hearing like surf music like deep in the middle of the night.
What it's like more than anything is like when you fall asleep listening to a podcast. Like this is the this is the experience.
The podcast grabs you by the neck and pulls you in.
Alexis, wake up! It's ambient tonight. You have to study for the test.
No, it's just a bunch of music quiz. Like it's slowly becoming your sleep paralysis demons. It's a great vibe.
I've always been your
so
sleep
true.
Paralysis demon.
That is so fucking true.
I think that's beautiful. That's a good
incredible.
Podcast dynamic.
We do.
We got to move on because we have nothing else to say about Dick Dale's Misirlou other than good song, good chops. Yeah. Really, really inspired pick. And then we get to this song where I'm sure we're going to be. I'm sure we're gonna be talking about this for like 20
God.
fucking minutes. It's Megadeth is back again. We skipped over Symphony of Destruction because I knew all of our like talk would be on fucking Hangar 18.
Megadeth,
Military
with their breakout
intelligence.
hit, I took a pill and a beat.
I mean, what I want to...
Military intelligence, 2 words combined that can't make sense.
Oh my God.
Let's sit and
I mean, what
ruminate
I want
on
to
that.
start with is the music video starts with like a full minute of sci-fi bullshit that I'm so sad they can't like chart that. Like that is, I want them charting fucking special effects. Like they didn't have the opens. What are they? Well, I think of them as opens. They didn't have them at this point in the series, right? So you can't fake it and do a bunch of effects or whatever, like squelchy, alien noises or chemical noises. You just gotta wait until the guitars come in. But you're missing some absolute fucking gold at the start here. I'm so sad. Watching the original music video was just like making my heart sing.
It's
so good.
This fucking riff, this is PHAT fat dirtbag riffs.
Yes.
This is so cool. It's this and War Pigs on my Mount Rushmore of dirt asshole fucker riffs.
Hell yes. You know that this series has poisoned my mind because I posted a video to the Discord earlier this week of me being able to, like, I've memorized the chords in the start of the song, so I can, like, no screen look the opening of the song and perfectly see it. It's kind of insane. I'm going to reiterate what I said when we passed over Symphony of Destruction. Dave Mustaine is maybe the stupidest man who's ever lived, but goddamn, could he, like, write a sick fucking thrash song? I kind of have a song. I have a soft spot for these like early Megadeth records where it's just
basically pig fucker riffs.
Yeah, like this and Peace Cells where he's just like, I am the most hateful, evil, like idiot man alive, but goddamn, can I fucking shred and write a hook that is gonna get lodged in your brain? Like, this is like a perfect poll for like this late in the game because it has the thing where like we're gonna get into this a lot when we talk Guitar Hero 3, but the bit where it like kind of tricks you into being like, oh yeah, I'm good at this song. Why is this late in the game? And then completely pulls the rug out from under you midway through.
They hit you with the evil Walk This Way riff and then 4 guitar solos. That shit's crazy.
It really is evil Walk This Way.
Yeah. I am a white man of a certain age. Dave Mustaine is my, and also I'm straight. That's important for the thing I'm about to say. Dave Mustaine is my Azalea Banks. He says things that he should not say. He does things he should not do. But I'm like, oh, but he made fucking, and then I list 5 songs that most people would say suck fucking dick. But, I mean, I don't know. He is my perfect, beautiful moron, and I cherish him and his chemtrails and his newfound love of Jesus Christ. The evil Walk This Way.
This is so cool.
Yeah. They should have put this behind the fucking Rum DNC like collab track.
Mm-hmm.
It's Megadeth.
It's so stupid. What is stupid?
It's what is there to say about this? Dave Mustaine hit you with like 2 verses of some of the dumbest shit that has ever been recorded, and then it's like, it doesn't matter. Look at what I can do. Look at how I can make a guitar sound.
Megadeth, fuck you.
Yeah. I was looking at the Reddit community r/music, which is where like the dumbest people go to talk about music. That's a mean thing, but still, they have a list of songs that are banned because they've been posted too many times, and a lot of it's what you'd expect. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody and like Enter Sandman and like shit that you just never want to talk about ever again. But the 2 songs that kind of threw me for a loop were this and the Avalanches opening to the one album that everyone likes.
Gavin means Since I Left You, yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen to that. I know Max likes the Avalanches, which means the fact that I don't know anything about the Avalanches, free reign for him to just trash Megadeth right now.
That was like 5 years ago. I mean, I like the Avalanches, but I'm not gonna ride for him.
I still hold the torch. You're on thin fucking ice, Gav.
No shit. Fuck. I'm fucked. I'm a boomer. I'm old. I'm dying. It's okay. I like.
Oh my fucking god! Fuck this fucking solo. This is so stupid.
Pisses me off.
You are not serious, Mustang. He's like, yeah.
What about this is serious? I have to mention, did anyone else have the childhood experience of, like, learning about Megadeth through the fucking Duck Dodgers cartoon?
I did not.
Yeah, like the fucking Looney Tunes spin-off cartoon where Dave
Space,
Mustaine
no
appears
one
to
can
help
hear you rock. What the fuck?
helps Daffy Duck
November
defeat
2005.
aliens with the power
Alright,
of rock
cool.
or some shit.
Sick.
I
Fucking
don't
sucks.
remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
This sucks.
Okay, so if we're going off of okay, so November 2005, so that would have been around the time that I played the first Guitar Hero. So honestly, it could go either way. I would like to point out that the lyrics to Hangar 18 start with "Welcome to our fortress tall. I'll take some time to show you around." Do you think that Dave Mustaine spends the tour like showing different parts of the facility and is just soloing the entire time? And you're just like, he's kind of have to smile and nod and be like, yeah, okay.
What is the
I see what you mean?
The perspective of this song? So he works there and he's going to show us around, but he also very clearly does not think that military intelligence is a feasible way of operating a hangar where alien. Like, first of all, we read that he said, "Oh, I don't believe in any of that bullshit," but one of the other guys in the band did, so we wrote a song about it. And it's like, how do you not believe in any of this bullshit? You're like the dumb.
Yeah, this
you're
seems
the
right up your alley.
Yeah, you're the dumbest guy.
Hey, no,
alive.
man. Agree to disagree. Hangar 18, baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Yeah, it's got the thing where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna show you around. It'll be like, look at how impossible it is to break these walls. And he's like the like haunted shell of like a human being, like where he's like, possibly I've seen too much.
Yeah,
Hangar 18. I know too much. And then it's just like, okay, let's go back to it. Let's talk about the aliens. Let's talk about suspended state of cryogenics.
Oh man,
this is like the villain song and like a musical. Or something.
My god!
Like where he's like, it's look at how incompetent these villains are. This is the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. This is ridiculous. My life is a farce. I am adrift in the cosmos of conspiracy and pain. Megadeth.
I love. I'm a dumbass and I love dumbasses, and I mean, so it's I was born to love this. Oh, also bonus points because they wrote a sequel song, Chubby Checkers style, called "Return to the Hangar" that also plays the same riff of Hangar. It's so goddamn
awesome.
stupid.
That's so cool.
Matty, can we get like maybe like 30 seconds of that?
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you.
Let's see. Is it Return to Hangar 18?
Just return to the hangar.
Let's see. All right.
Welcome back. It's Hangar 18 again. We got some more stuff to show you.
Hangar 18 is so cool. Come then you ever made a Hangar 19?
Yeah.
Wait.
This was like before like the internet too, so you don't know what's coming. Then you get a new Megadeth album. Wham! Back to the Hangar.
God.
Welcome to an empty fortress. This sounds terrible. Oh my god.
Also, I like how the skeleton is like just nowhere near proportioned to the guy on the album cover.
It's a chest burster.
I don't think this is his skeleton. I think this is
that
a
makes
rogue
sense.
entity.
That makes sense.
No, this is Dave's skeleton. The rest of him is just brain. Huge brain.
Yeah, we're done.
Dave like, sounds so bored vocally.
Okay, I think we've heard a little.
Yeah,
we've heard
this is enough.
Yep.
This is really boring.
You,
this
Megadeth.
is also kind of sad. Thank you, Megadeth. I don't. Oh fuck! Right, we are gonna get back to you eventually. I forgot what's coming for us at the end of Warriors of Rock.
I was gonna say they have a whole fucking game that's Megadeth songs.
Yeah,
no,
we got
Metallica.
Oh fuck!
We got Guitar Hero 5 and Warriors of Rock with
Wait, which song is in Guitar Hero 5?
Sweating Bullets.
Oh god damn it! Right. Yep.
This
okay.
sucks.
Oh,
So thankfully, next season of Pod Hero, we're in a Megadeth free zone, so we're safe. We're safe from Dave Mustaine's chemtrails for basically another calendar year at this point.
Or like Dave Mustie.
Hey, let him know.
Dave Mustank.
Ooh, there we
damn.
go. There we go. That's better. That's better.
It's okay, we punched that up. That's okay.
There we go. And then this last song, you know it's coming. It was a like meme in the like loading screen of Guitar Hero, and then it was like one of the most requested songs on forums, and it was just kind of a bit for a while. And then they make it into a whole thing here where it's like basically after you finish Hangar 18, an alien saucer comes out and tries to abduct you, and you get a prompt that's like, the crowd really seems to want you to play Freebird. What do you want to do? And you have to say yes like 50 times before it will let you play it, because they're like, wait, seriously, you want to play Freebird? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that's how I feel about Freebird, the song.
That's the most fucking like West Coast game developer in the PS2 generation, like Neversoft adjacent ass shit ever. Like they're just like, all these fucking dorks on our forums want to play Freebird. We'll add like a fucking terms and services agreement during alien invasion to play it. Fuck you. That's so cool.
This is... The thing about this song is it sucks and I don't like it, and it's a bad song and for losers and Confederate apologists, but also like it's just not fun to play in this game.
No.
Oh my god. I like it's my hands were just in pain before we even got to like the fucking solo shit.
Here's the worst thing about this song. Oh, also the worst fucking southern accent in the cover. If I leave here tomorrow,
it's pretty rough.
like,
would you still remember me?
It's like you're trying to do gender swap Sandy Cheeks.
I wanna go.
But the thing about this song is that it's unfun because it's basically 5-6 minutes of not even fun playing. Like, you're basically just playing like really long, like sustained notes for a long period of time, and like you're not doing anything interesting. You're waiting for the fun part to kick in, and then when the fun part quotes kicks in, it's such a brutal jump, and it's so like unfair, especially like the one bit, like I think around like the 85% mark, where you're just like doing these like triplet trills over and over for like about like 15-20 seconds is just it's I hate this. I hate this shit. The most dehumanizing thing of all time is getting to like the 8-minute mark of Freebird on your first playthrough of Expert, failing out of it, and then be like, fuck, I have to replay the first 8 minutes of Freebird again.
It sucks. Something I would do to entertain my twin brother Declan, friend of the pod, when we would like replay this, I would hit like the sustain note, but like just stop. Like I would let go after like 0.2 seconds, so it'd be like,
yes. I love doing that.
It would kill the room. It was perfect.
Buckethead's cover of Freebird.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, I haven't mentioned it since the first episode, since there hasn't really been a bunch of interesting things. Maybe I'll talk about some of them on this episode before we get to the bonus songs where they'll become more relevant. But there are loading screen like text things on this game, and there are some special ones that appear during Freebird specifically, such as "Fine, they aren't heckling you."
Put the
this
fucking
time.
challenge in front of us. What are we gonna do?
And man, you must really like Freebird, which is actually kind of funny.
I might be in the minority here because low-key this shit got me wanting to buy that Sinister Gates guitar. No, I can't divorce my nostalgia for this song. I grew up in Texas. Not that means anything because the song was universal. Yelling Freebird at a concert in 2006 was like the funniest thing you could do, apparently. If you were like, I guess 15 years older than I was, I don't know, but I don't know. I love this song still.
Wow.
I understand why it's not fun to play, especially this section. I don't know. It's Boomer, Dance Yourself Clean, and I'll always respect it for that.
Well, at least the drop is good.
The thing is, at least Dance Yourself Clean has the goodwill to like give you the like switch up earlier.
So, I mean, this is the problem. It is one of the most obnoxiously repetitive, annoying solos I've ever heard.
I love hearing
come
these
to
white
this
boys
without
hit those
nostalgia,
four notes over and over and over and over
prejudice.
again.
Like,
I will say,
honestly, if this song were 4 minutes long and it was just the first 4 minutes, totally adequate song. If the more of the last half of it you get, there is only so much tonic pedal notes I can take. Like it just sort of sits on that top note, hammers it over and over again, and there are only so many things you can do with hammer-ons to make it interesting. Just only so many things.
Yep.
Is she hammer on it until my bud free?
Freebird is the theme song to Hammering on It.
Mm-hmm.
No, this solo sucks, and I don't know why anyone would bother putting up with it for such an extended period of time. Like this is making me miserable to listen to.
No. Yeah, I totally agree in the sense that it's just, for the most part, a good guitar solo, I think, no matter how long it is, I had a thought just come to me, which is that a good guitar solo fits into a song so well that you can, like, from memory, like, figure out its progression in the, like, melodic progression of a song. Like, it makes sense in terms of, like, the song's overall narrative. The problem with the Freebird solo is that the parts are so interchangeable in terms of how it goes about it, that it's just all blends into mush in my head.
No direction,
Every
no narrative.
single part of the solo just kind of, like, it feels like it could go anywhere, and it would serve the exact same purpose. It's literally just, it's just like, it's like wankery for wankery's sake, is what it is.
I think it's just the good old boys plucking away on the electric banjo, hooting on a jug.
We bringing it back. That's Return with a V-ha, brother.
Oh, hell yeah. That's Return Lynyrd Skynyrd, guys.
Oh, no. I will give the song one gimme, which is that the chart has one fun part to play, and it's the build-up before it launches into the solo, like when the slow part starts getting more interesting.
Now, I just want to interrupt. This part is where your hands fall off.
Yes. I fucking hate that. This part with a vengeance is like, could go fuck off in a river and die. Yeah, like once you get past that, you're kind of home clear, but like it's I do love, love is too strong a word. I think that the build up gives you a good sense of anticipation, like in the like right before it launches into just pure soloing mode. Other than that, it's like dog shit. Never want to listen to it again. Never want to play it again.
I think it's so rude that everyone here thinks they know better than Rob Zombie. That's honestly very rude to me. Given
like
the crucial role this played in the Devil's Rejects, and we claim to love Rob, don't we?
We do claim to love
and we
Rob.
would never say anything, including the monsters he's done, is bad, right? We're complaining that there was a skate park being built too close to his mansion and it made too much noise.
Rob Zombie opened up. He opened up his curtain, and then it's similar to his on More Human Than Human. He went no, and then he shut the window.
Max, have you said a single word about this song at all?
No, it sucks. I just I was low key hoping that we would just kind of like, if I didn't say anything, we could just like skip it before the song finished. But it seems like we're gonna be finishing it out. This was my first exposure to the song Freebird through the Guitar Hero version. I thought it was okay when I first heard it. I think it was on my iPod, my little iPod Nano, when I was younger. And then I don't know what point I got there, probably like 14 or 15. I was like, oh, this song is not good at all. And I think I echo everything y'all had to say about the solo. Just a grating, uninteresting. I'm not a big guitar noodly guy in general. But this is it at its worst. Like, this does nothing for me.
This is just not really anything interesting. This does get into an interesting WaveGroup thing, which is they have to figure out how to end the song because it fades out.
Yeah.
And so they
I'm literally
just
hearing
do
them
some chords, I guess.
I don't know.
That's a fitting ending to
doing a lot of very quick notes right at the end. Do they chart those very quick notes right at the end?
I think it's good.
Come the fuck on. Come the fuck on. That is just nasty. You design it. When you chart a song, you have a. You have a.
Yeah.
There has to be a point at 95.
Very mean, very rude.
Very nasty. Red Octane came to me. They said, "All right, we're gonna try and end Freebird." I was like, "There's no, maybe I could do it. I don't know. I could probably figure it out. If you gave me enough time. I'm not really sure." Folks.
Why does your Donald Trump make him sound like he comes from an English like country home in Berkshire? Like, what exactly is going on there?
Now, folks, they're saying I could probably end it. It's like 9 minutes long. I don't know what's going on. The song is choked in triplet notes. Okay, we're not sure what's going on.
I think it's fucked up that the sniper took away Trump's ability to enjoy music for the foreseeable future. That's worse than death, honestly.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why Kyle Gass said what he said. He was like, if you can't enjoy music, might as well just end it.
Yeah.
No, true. Wow. True that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I would like to pose one question before we move on to our last song. Considering that this is the end of the main set list, we've reached the end of Guitar Hero 2. I think a question that pops into my head is, where do you think Freebird would be in the cultural consciousness were it not for Guitar Hero 2? Because it's like, I know Gavin mentioned Devil's Rejects, which is the same year, but I wonder if it would just be a thing that would just exist in like old heads' brains. And I kind of am like, I wonder how much it has like had the like cross-generational footprint purely because of this game. Like, there
was that like COVID era, like quarantine era, like it's like referencing like the timestamp where Freebird's like solo portion starts. I don't know if this came up on your guys' radars at all.
I have nothing.
Yes, but it's I know you're talking about, Boo.
I would see that all the fucking time, or like it's people had posted like videos of like their GTA 5 like fucking whacked out mod compilations or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I could find a compilation of people
where I feel like that runs like downstream of like being a Zoomer and playing your dad's copy of like Guitar Hero 2 or something.
Let me pause and turn down the volume on that. It's too loud.
Oh god.
It's just a guy skiing. It's basically just let me see if I can find the video itself.
Like it would start on this part. Like that's the snippet that like every TikTok would start on. Obviously, because it's if you fucking play the first half in a TikTok.
Oh, fucking awesome guy with two parrots on his shoulder running a motorcycle. That's sick.
That seems bad for the parrot.
Okay, that.
They're parrots.
Yeah.
The parrots do exist to like move through the air at some reasonable amount of speed. Like I think they can handle sitting while doing the same thing. Like, yeah, if the parrots can fly, like it's part of the deal with the parrot. Like
exactly. If it didn't want on the shoulder, it would just fly off.
How fast does a parrot fly?
All right, let's see.
While we're googling this,
27 to 50 miles per hour.
That bike ain't going more than 50.
Yeah. I don't know. He was on the highway.
Yeah,
he was going fast, but still, I think if the parrot can handle 50 miles per hour, it could probably handle 60, no problem.
He could probably handle like 120.
Yeah, he could probably.
That's the thing. The parrots, they got that grip. Okay, they're grippy. All right, so.
Oh, she got me with the parrot grip.
Yeah.
God. Isn't Parrot Grip that guy that made Do You Like Waffles?
Damn it.
Fuck, I love filling a room.
I can't. Speaking of internet culture, but like, I'd
rather not.
The only reason I brought this up was because the thought entered my mind, and then like just as quickly I was like, I don't know. I feel like Freebird is as much of like an entity that is going to like somebody's going to bring it up eventually who's been there or who's been affected by somebody who has been there.
I mean, it's going to persist. Because it's just in the back pocket of Sweet Home Alabama, which ain't going away ever.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And also
I think this is the version that's still acceptable to put in a cut. I know this is a separate genre of song, but like this is the version of Sweet Home Alabama it's acceptable to put in a car ad. This is the version of like Mock Americana that will end up in a British TV ad. Like yeah. It hits the notes too perfectly to not like have some kind of buffer.
I think your theory is right for a different song in a different game of the same genre.
Ooh.
Blur song 2.
Yeah.
But no, I think the thing is it would have been like something eventually, like even just like Matty saying that it was like a I think like it being a TikTok trend, like that to me seems more indicative of like the fucking like Kingsman like usage than it does like Guitar Hero. So it's like, I don't know, it just seems like a perpetual like motion machine of like no one, when everyone stops talking about Freebird, we'll be free of Freebird.
Yeah,
exactly. Like I think no, like Guitar Hero or not, it would still be a very like big, lasting, enduring song. You know, basically as long as people from that era are still alive and like pass it on to their kids or whatever the fuck, like it's a song that is going to endure. You know, for better or worse, it's going to endure. And honestly, I'm okay with it enduring. It's especially the part that's in the TikTok, like that's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty awesome. I don't know. I don't want to talk about the band's politics though. But
they're
you know,
dead.
I don't think
That's okay.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. They can't talk about it either. So, you know,
yeah,
it's a win-win.
They went out like the Bopper and Randy Rhoads.
Try that in a small town.
Oh, exactly. Try flying a plane. Wright brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, P turds. There we go.
Oh, God.
Let them know.
All right.
So I didn't want to leave us on a bum last note, and initially the playlist would end on a bum last note. But thankfully, when I was setting up this chat with Alexis and Boo made one very strong request. Our next episode, I'm going to say it now, is a collection of songs from the Xbox 360 remaster and the collection of bonus songs in this game, because the bonus songs in Guitar Hero 2 are so stacked that we have to have an entire episode.
Bananas selection.
Unpack it. But Boo wanted the chance to talk about one song in the bonus track specifically, and no one could do it justice quite like her. So we're going to talk about the one, the only, Strong Bad, from his album Strong Bad Sings. We're
and
talking
other type
Trogdor,
hits.
baby. Yes, thank you. This is a beautiful experience. This is
guitar by J. Christopher Arison and YOU, both Atlanta local legends. This is a full fucking nasty riff remix of the classic song from the Strong Bad email, number 58, January 13th, 2003, Dragon, where he gets a message from a guy named Kaiser who asks him how to draw a dragon. Strong Bad draws a dragon with a fucking bicep on the back of his fucking neck, and then writes a little dinky song, and this destroyed email inboxes for like 5 years.
Yep.
It's the Guitar Hero 2 came out at least like 2006, like the Xbox 360 version. 3 years later, this was in there. That's crazy. Oh, hang on. You guys were saying some other fucking song was like the hardest song Guitar Hero 2. This one literally breaks TVs.
Yes.
Like it's the Meadly versus Squeedly coming up here. Hang on. That breaks the input limit. You can't see the frame, like the flames popping up when you correctly hit a strum there. It is like, I think it's like barely like sub-frame perfect on NTSC televisions.
Yeah,
your only hope at full comboing this song is playing it on a PAL television with a different refresh rate.
Yep, yeah. For years, there was no actual NTSC FC on this.
And then Trogdor comes in the
But yeah, this fucking rocks. This being in Guitar Hero is one of the coolest things. This will not be the last Homestar Runner song that we talk about, because they just they apparently, I was trying to find a background on like why this was in the game. I think it was just that like they just got like admirers out of the like Homestar Runner team after the first Guitar Hero game, and that just resulted in a couple songs just being here.
That seems like a real like easy like mutual admiration thing setting up. Like Red Octane's like email inboxes are like, dude, check out this Strong Bad guy, this is hilarious. And then they're like, dude, we gotta put this in. And it's like, well, we can't get Activision didn't give us like master rights. They're like, shit. And then when they come around, it's like, dude, it's time for Trogdor, let's go.
Yeah, but no, this is I remember I kind of came to like, in terms of like Strong Bad, like more so than like the one or two like emails that I would have friends show me, like when I was like in like early middle school. I kind of came kind of late with that, and And I would just remember like this being the thing that like really kind of punched my interest in there, just because it was just like, whoa, this kind of rocks. And it's also just like, it's still like got like the humor of the like what couple I've seen, like while also just like being really fun to play. But yeah, no, this is a beautiful experience. This is one of the moments of purest joy. Just playing Guitar Hero 2 is like being 12 years old, firing up this game, and just like rocking out to Trogdor. It is like life does not get better for you. Like that is the greatest moment of your puny short little existence.
That's very true. That was the greatest moment of my life. Thank you, Natalie.
Yeah, to me, Strong Bad is one of those things like Grover House or anything that ever happened on something awful, where if someone brings it up, I just pretend like I know what they're talking about because I don't actually want to know what they're talking about. But this is a fun song. It's cute.
Homestar Runner's funny. You guys would like it.
Okay.
Homestar Runner, like it still fucks. Like if you go back to any of those old videos,
they're still so good. They are. Yeah. I maintain those. That shit is so funny.
For years, my one of my like dual monitor desktops was system error, etc.
That's virus over computer equals very yes. That's not a good price.
Yes.
I'm worried that my sense of humor may be fried by looking at Perry Farrell tweets for an endless amount of time that the Strong Bad might not hit the way it should hit.
Okay.
I understand
Here's a thought.
that.
Yeah.
Here's a thought. You could put Trogdor lyrics onto any Perry Farrell selfie. What would it be?
I don't know.
Thatched roof cottages. Just saying thatched roof cottages.
Yeah, that's what.
But which selfie? What would the selfie be like? Come on.
It's got to be the Oblivion one.
Yeah, one of the Oblivion ones.
I was going to say leather jacket.
Probably this
Perry.
one.
It's Oblivion selfie. I feel like really sells the feudalism of Trogdor more than anything else.
Yes.
Like this is one of the peasants who gets burninated.
That is. Oh my god. I Max, Alexis, unless you have anything, I'm happy to cap it here and we can start closing it up.
The song fucking goes. I don't need to say anything more. I was straight up happy. Like I was glad to get through the playlist and get this as the like breath of fresh air at the end because it was so desperately needed.
It's 2 minutes, has a kicking guitar solo. It's all we need.
Yeah, what more do you need, really? Boo, thank you again so much for like I think as soon as I added this to the playlist, I was like, this makes everything feel so much better. Like, I'm so glad we don't have to end talking about fucking Freebird of all things.
I'm so glad my petulant whining and complaining always pays off. I am the golden child. Above heaven and earth, I alone am the anointed one. Nobody can touch me ever.
That's goddamn right. Before we do our like closing off, signing off, plugging, I posed a question to both of you before we hit record that I wanted you to stew on, and that's just thinking about what you have come to know about Guitar Hero. Your dream Guitar Hero song pick. What would it be?
Want to go for Boo?
Yeah, I have two actually.
Okay, hit me.
Okay, it's first one. It's we need to get underscores in Guitar Hero 5 so we can play Cops and Robbers. It's I need April like in like the stupid like camo hat like jumping around playing that shit. I need her mocap in there.
She would love to sign up for that. Just knowing.
And then we get Milkfish and DJ Hero, her DJ alter ego. That'd be sick. Number two, similar to the legendary quote marks 2112 set in Warriors of Rock and the Tool component of Guitar Hero World Tour. There should be a point in a Guitar Hero game where you have to play all of King Gizzard's Nonagon Infinity.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah.
So
why haven't they done that at this point?
And then you'd have like
There's
King Gizzard visuals like floating around and stuff. There has to be.
Yeah, there
Alexis,
has to be.
we should do that. Let's not do hot singles this year and just chart Nonagon Infinity.
Just chart the whole thing. Yeah.
Let's see. Has someone done it? Someone has done part. So someone has done some of it. Someone has done some of it, like various songs, but not The full one, apparently.
No,
Let's see. There's the one for.
We could go
Oh
dig
shit!
in.
People are
Robot
doing
Stop.
Petrodraconic. That would be sick.
All right, okay. I just wanted to see. I just want to see what it looks like. Sorry,
Yeah.
by Visual Bit Audio Podcast. Yada. Yeah, but someone should do the entire record. I think just one song is not enough. You gotta do the whole thing.
That feels like the kind of thing that like you would think like Redditors who were super into Clone Hero would have been on already. Like,
No.
Yeah. I feel like it has to have
Mhm.
happened in some guys.
I'm gonna do some
They are
digging.
the sort of band that encourages projects, and this is exactly the kind of project that
Matty,
should have been spat out.
Hold on, Matty is looking up mostly YouTube videos. I'm gonna check my like Clone Hero chart database that I use to see.
Pop
I was
the
gonna say
Google
because
Docs real
I
quick.
can only do so much because I can only see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, people
Yeah, I
have
think
various
Super
King Gizzard
Saiyan.
songs so far.
People have not done the whole thing. It's just isolated songs. It's kind of funny because like the only one that I'm seeing other than Robot Stop is People Vultures, which is like not the song I would have expected from that album.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
It's
See, Crumbling
I'm
Castle.
seeing a
That's a
Road
good.
Train
That one be probably pretty fun to play.
Yeah. Crumbling
Here's
Castle
the
would be
thing:
fun.
someone has done the entire fucking Shrek movie on Clone Hero. Can we not just do an actual song instead
dude.
of a
I was
fucking
just thinking
movie?
about how like Shrek is like such a classic meme and is like so epic and freaking wind and funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Okay.
like Reddit gold upvotes to the left. I was like, that's such a wow. This freaky wacky internet of ours.
And
man.
low key, Smash Mouth funny as hell too.
Took the words out of my
I was
mouth.
actually thinking about that. Alexis, do you
Some
have
table?
Oh, do you have a Alexis? One, shut up. Two, do you have a pick for a
I
Guitar
do.
Hero song?
So I was just firstly looking back to what I've actually charted.
I was gonna
and
say,
the
hell,
answer
you
was
charted
like,
some.
Yeah.
So what I started charting was jazz because there is no jazz in the base games, obviously. It's just like not a thing that people seem to do. I started with Lewis Cole and Coltrane, and the one that I haven't got a video for, but is definitely the best chart I made, is a Kamasi Washington track. Show me,
I was
Show Us the
just
Way.
about to say, yeah.
Show Us the Way is my best chart. I will send it to you, Natalie.
Please.
It is genuinely so much fun because obviously so many different solos, so many different like rhythms and patterns built into it. Because the thing about a Coltrane solo is it's going to keep repeating the same patterns, and that's part of what makes it so fucking cool, but also like slightly less remarkable to play. But yeah, Show Us the Way was the track I charted, and it's so good.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be a
also
really long
fucking
one. I thought it was gonna be a really long one.
But yeah, but also fucking annoying specifically because, hey, jazz, the fucking bars keep like shrinking and expanding in length with rubato for the
you
whole
have
fucking
to like
song.
code in like tempo changes and stuff.
I was tempo changing like 0.001, like it's to like 2 or 3 decimal places. The tempo keeps changing to keep the keep the chart on the ones, and that is what is so time consuming about charting jazz. But sometimes it's worth it. The other side of what I was charting is obviously this. I was watching Asai a lot when I was doing the charts. He played a chart of Pony Boy. I made a chart Face Shopping that also he played on stream and is easily the one that got the most attention. Just charting like wubs or bass lines or atonal sounds in general is really fun. The other one is I charted a Rusty track, which is just arpeggios.
That's
Just
so cool.
so many trance stabs all the time. In terms of like all time, I would love this song to exist. I had 2 thoughts. The main problem for me is most of the guitar music I listen to doesn't have solos and doesn't have the kind of hero shit going on in the guitar parts to warrant like cool, interesting charts. The 2 thoughts I had for like it would be a very intro song, but it would be one that I love is Corpse Pose by Unwound, which is just a fucking cool riff.
Hell yeah. But
it has no solo and it has nothing to progress with other than just a very cool riff that you could be detailed enough with, but you know. The one that I really want, which is a track that me and Boo have talked about, and that is one of those like obnoxiously long epics with 2 guitar solos, and also you would need the full repertoire of shit to like deal with the like vocoders and synth parts. The original 1978 version of 1,000 Knives by Ryuichi Sakamoto.
Yeah.
Which has 2 insane fusion-y guitar solos in it, and just has the kind of groove that like it never goes obnoxious and technical and crazy, but like I want to play those solos. I think other people should hear those solos in context. Like that's a song that I would play the shit out of. So those are my answers.
Alexis,
I would love more jazz. I would love more dance music, but Sakamoto.
Yes, that both of you like really great picks.
Is
and
Max
Alexis,
allowed to answer, or is that
Max is allowed to answer?
Max
I
is
just
gonna
want to say
pick
real
fucking Wee Willy Winky or the ABCs or
No,
some shit.
I was gonna say can't let
Max is gonna pick that tweet where it's like Nelly if he was a bug. Hey, bugs on the
hold on.
I've been thinking about that one a lot.
Yeah.
Before we get to Max, I just want to say real quick, Alexis, I honestly like one of the things I've been thinking about is like maybe posting like little like playthrough videos of those once I get my like USB guitar from this
creepy gas station
guy in Wisconsin. Yeah. But yeah, no, that is I'm very much looking forward to those. Max,
I can keep it short and sweet. My answer is going to be "Can't Let Go" by Lucinda Williams.
Ooh,
that'd be good.
Yeah. That's we've got some like really cool, interesting and like everybody is like picking ones that I wouldn't have expected, which I think has been it's nice to see like such a like diversity of like interests in terms of like beyond like what the series like the well that it tends to like pull from over and over again.
I think it's
cool.
Awesome to say that the week after Chris Farron picks Seven Nation Army.
I'd forgotten about that.
Can I steal the spotlight again for another like obnoxious one that I'm not sure would work, but I want to hear it anyway? Just any of the Ira Kaplan Yola Tango solos, because they're all like incredibly aggressive and obnoxious and atonal and like also very bendy in ways that like don't chart well to just buttons. So I just want Cherry Chapstick or something like that, like loud, very static, all squally, and just completely like not the sort of thing that works for charting. But I want to see people have to like face up to it.
Yeah, absolutely. God, that's a good pull. I didn't think of Yola Tango at all, but that would fucking rock. Especially like
indie bands with guitar solos. They're few and far between, and yet sometimes they fucking nail it. Yeah.
No, yeah. Just thinking about like the 1 year that we like saw them at Pitchfork, I'm like, God damn, that would fucking rule. I was just gonna say jumping off of Boocan's underscores thing, that actually is like super relevant because like as I was building my set list, I almost put Jeez Louise in there because I feel like that would be like such a good pull.
Jeez Louise would be crazy. I like Jeez Louise. I would, if I played Jeez Louise as a kid, I would be tired of playing it though. Like I was like, I gotta pick one that's got like a like it's got I feel like that it's Cops and Robbers would be also like fairly easy to chart. Oh fuck. Wait, no, okay. If it's April and we can only get one song, then Jeez Louise. But if we get like 3 or 4, like when they get guests in Guitar Hero, then it's like Cops and Robbers. Fuck, what else does she do that has like a lot of guitar?
There's Old Money Bitch has that wild solo.
Oh, the banjo, yeah. Oh fuck, you play the banjo part on Old Money Bitch. That'd be crazy.
77 Dog Years comes to mind.
Yeah, because it's got like that
77 Dog Years is more of like a band hero inclusion.
Yeah.
The riff though is kind of gallopy. It could be fun hammer on pull off territory.
I mean it gets thrashy at the end in ways that I think you could do fun things with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
No.
Dear listeners, please check off from your bingo card Boo doing mouth guitar.
Well, I was there like 3 hours ago. Like
I know, but you know. I got a ruby somehow. I'm like, it's 4 a.m. I'm not that on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this might be time to cap it, to give Alexis some mercy and let her sleep. But thank you both for joining us. I'm gonna give like a quick plug, but I'll let you take it from there. Check out their podcast, Hot Singles, one that many of us have been on many a time. And so it truly great podcast, and also one that I would also be like a like lesser exploratory music person for not having and just for like knowing both of you in general. Like I think like genuinely I would not be able to have the underscores conversation were it not for the fact that when I saw Alexis in person, it was the week that Wall Socket came out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot despite not really liking underscores before.
That's so funny. And then you drop like the best article with her ever.
It's fucking insane. Hey, spoilers. The next episode we got coming out is a 3-hour at this point. I mean, the reason it's taking so fucking long is editing is a nightmare, and like I'm very avoidant of this particular task.
We have very stupid plans for the all trans woman wall socket coverage episode.
Hell yes.
We got 3 hours of audio and we have no idea what to do with it. But yeah, Wall Socket episode is coming soon. But yeah, thank you so much. We've had so many Indie Heads people on the pod, and it's always a fucking blast. And thank you so much for your generous
I hope the cross contamination continues. It's likewise to all of you guys.
Name a time and I am down.
Same.
Hell truly. Yeah.
Yes.
Same.
Thank you for talking about Guitar
Except
Hero.
for the time that I think I cameoed in an episode where Jackie was on, where Boo made a 9/11 joke, and it made me laugh so hard I had to go downstairs and not bother the recording any further.
Hashtag testimonials.
I fucking remember that. Yeah.
God. And just before we go, we want to thank the rest of our Patreon supporters. And these are Jason Daphnis, Kevin Cookman, Nato, Robin Parlow, Eric Chow, Josh, Holiday Kirk, Tyrone Shuhan, Janam Johnny, Alexis Davin, Cody Gagan, Barely March, Vicky LaFleur, Will Griffin, Corbin Camage, Gavlin, Matthew, Ethan Sapir, Kevin Begar, Matthew McPherson, Randy Donaldson, Eleanor Grams, Elizabeth King, Wilfer Thrill, GRS420, Lily, Jacqueline Kataga, Alec Felder, Talks to Trees, Molly O'Brien, AJ Moser, Eraser Eye Baby, Matthew Herring, Jack Tiggleman, Sarah L., Jeremy Bull, Alex Grishmanoff, and Derek Pemberton. Thank you to everyone, including all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for continuing to support this podcast and make great series like Pod Hero happen. So let's finish up the episode. Well then, let's wrap it up. What's in store for next week, Natalie?
Next week we, as mentioned, are going to so we finished the main set list of Guitar Hero 2, and that's all well and good, but there's still an entire realm of bonus songs and harmonics bands and fringe bands to talk about, as well as a few songs from an Xbox 360 port, because the thing about the Guitar Hero success engine is that Guitar Hero 1 was a runaway smash success, and it was a big deal that nobody saw coming. 2, like, bandwagon, like, the runaway train just kept going, and it was, like, so successful on top of that prior success that not only did they start greenlighting a bunch of games after that, but they also, with the switching console generations, were like, shit, we need to port this to the next generation of consoles. So they gave it HD upgrade. They gave it a whole slew of new songs. They fucked up the setlist order, which I did not do in this version, because the PS2 version is that is what God says, and that is what we go with. But yeah, so next time we'll dip into some of the songs that they wanted to throw into Guitar Hero 2 on the PS2 but weren't able to, and we'll dip into some of the bonus songs. But until then, thank you all for always rocking out, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Sometimes I try to do things and it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. I get real frustrated, I try hard to do it, I take my time and it doesn't work out the way I want it to. And like, I concentrate real hard, it doesn't work out. Everything I do, everything I try, it never turns out. It's like, I need time to figure these things out. There's always someone there going, hey Mike, I've been noticing you've been having a lot of problems lately. Maybe you should get away, or maybe you should talk about it, maybe you'll feel a lot better. I'm like, oh no, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Just leave me alone, I'll figure it out. I'm just working on it by myself. Hey, well, if you want to talk about it, I'll be here, I'll talk to you a lot better if you talk about it. Well, why don't you talk about it? I go, no, I don't want to. I'm okay. I'll figure it out myself. And they just keep bugging me, and then just keep bugging me.